Infinity War.
Yep.
It's an episode where we can, all I can just imagine is just us saying, "Oh yeah, we're like," it's like this is like the aftermath of like everything that happened on Twitcast. This is just like we're sending this from like from the future.
Oh
We're
man.
like it's just like the end of Evangelion. It's just like the third impact is in the background. All we got is like our like stuff. Like we got like a house. We got the recording booth, but outside is just the third impact.
Oh man, you know what? If I had the time, I would have done that.
That would be like bedonkers.
Alright, I'm already recording, so I'll just do the intro really quick. Hey everyone, Nick s2ep2 here. This is another Twitcast with my co-host.
Hey, it's me. Is your boy Tronotoe back at it again with a funny pun?
Hey, so I guess this is probably gonna end up being one of the more relaxed episodes. So
I guess so. I mean, like after like we haven't talked like after like people waiting for like another episode. All we have is me and you and no one else.
I feel like it's a good change of pace compared to last time, though.
Yeah, we went from having like what is it like how many like what was it like I think like up almost to like 10 or like 7 or 8 people, I don't remember, to like now just having 2 people. It's like the equivalent of like this is Infinity War. Like this is like uh we're in the everyone is dead, I guess. I mean the third. I mean like we're in the recording booth and like all we can see now is the third impact.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's really good. I mean, at least we can wait for Smash Ultimate, and Sakurai is still alive.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that, I guess.
I oh yeah, because we haven't been here since like what is like May or like before like we haven't talked to any of us on like in the summer like for Twitcast. So I guess like for people or like for dummies or dum dums out there, Smash Ultimate is gonna be the ultimate Smash Bros game. It's gonna be more ultimate than any other one. It's gonna be more uh bodacious, more epic, more radical. It has everyone is here. Everyone is here. You know, we got that.
Except Waluigi.
Yeah, except for Waluigi and Shovel Knight,
Oh yeah.
Zero,
Ooh,
Ashley. Everyone is like mad.
including me.
And then like what is it? Okay, I mean at least we got like pretty epic. At least we got like characters that people wanted for like years.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, we got like Simon Belmont, Richter,
Richter's cool.
Ridley. Yeah, no, Richter's pretty cool. I think kind of like we got like I mean, we got like we even got like the big boys, like the characters that we never thought will ever happen, and like been like heavily requested for like years, like Ridley and King K. Rool.
Yeah. And then
Those are like the
includes.
big three requested boys. After that, like it's just Gino. The last person that people wanted is Gino. If I could just imagine like Sakurai just like getting the trailer for Gino, just like the last trailer for like before like Smash Ultimate gets released, and it's just Gino, and people are just like getting happy, you know, clapping their hands. They're like, the three big boys are here. Everyone is truly here except
It's
for like,
literally that one scene from Evangelion where everyone's just clapping. Good,
"Hey,
congratulations.
congratulations, Sakurai! You finally did our thing.
You
You
finally
finally
fucking listened.
you listened, Sakurai. Like what was it, like Smash? Okay, I could just tell you this, like Smash 64 is kind of like the iconic characters with like characters that like barely anyone knows. Melee got like more characters and more like who are those characters? Brawl got, you know, more epic characters. Smash 4, as like some people say, was just pretty much like one big advertisement for like latest characters.
Yeah.
Kind of like, oh hey, I know you wanted Gino, but we got a Mii costume, but at least we got like Bowser Jr. Are you happy? And it's just like little kids, like 5-year-olds clapping. I mean, like besides anyone who plays like the Mario games, nobody's gonna be like, who wants Bowser Jr. except for like little kids.
Hmm.
I mean, at least we got the Koopalings with them, so that's like much better.
I remember back in the Brawl days, everyone was like, "Where's Bowser Jr.?"
I mean, I guess so. Well, because it was like more like corporate, or like I'd say like the DLC was pretty much like, well, hey, everyone, we might not have like Snake, but at least we got Ryu, and we got some characters back.
Yeah,
At least we got like actual characters, like people pretty much requesting, but not like the big boys. At least
yeah.
we got like Ryu, Cloud Strife, and Bayonetta.
God, it's still hard to look at Smash 4 and think Cloud Strife is in this game.
Actually, when the Smash Ballad was confirmed, and like the first time I requested, the first character that I requested was goddamn Cloud Strife.
Seriously?
I was like, I don't know, it was like 10 or something. I thought it was like, I thought Cloud was cool. He got a big sword, spiky French fry hair. I want him in Smash. And then when I saw him in Smash, I was clapping my arms. I was getting crazy. But I think the only time I've ever been like so hyped for a game or like a character to be in Smash was goddamn Lucas for DLC for Smash 4.
God, I remember seeing Lucas as DLC, and my mind was fucking blown. Lucas used to be like my main back in Brawl, or at least one of them, and I was so
Yeah.
happy to see him again. But then I was too used to playing as fucking other characters.
Like, how am I supposed to do a PK Thunder?
How am I supposed to
Like,
land the
at
fucking
least we got,
ice?
yeah. Then we got like Ryu, like you could do the freaking parrying before they did the thingy in like Smash Ultimate.
Yeah,
Like, to be honest, like that was really cool. But I feel like now, like for Smash Ultimate, what Sakurai is basically doing is bringing characters that people wanted, like actual requested characters, and using the ballot. I
yeah,
mean, it was already confirmed that all of the DLC characters weren't from like, oh, people were voting him for the ballot. They were already confirmed like way before,
yeah. There was data for like Corrin and Bayonetta, like way before the ballot even finished.
yes. So I kind of felt like, yeah, the ballot was definitely made
Yeah,
for Smash
the
Ultimate. Once
ballot,
I think
the
about it,
ballot was rigged. The ballot was rigged.
oh
Ballot
boy, it was
was
super
rigged.
duper Wrigley and Ridley and even a bear.
Oh man, if they put Banjo Kazooie in this fucking game, I will cry. Cause that was one of my 3 most wanted fucking ballot characters, and one of those ballot characters has already been deconfirmed.
Ooh, freaking! It would have been funny if they were like, no, it would have been instead of like Waluigi, like when they were beating him up in the E3 trailer, it was freaking goddamn what is it, Samurai Goro? Because I know
Oh
he's
my
still an assist
god.
trophy. He's like, and then like when they do the Ridley trailer, like in the end, like Waluigi's just standing there with a shruggy face, saying, "I'm in trouble."
Oh man, I think a lot of people would be pissed off if like Samurai Goro was like the first one to be deconfirmed though. Cuz
I
like
mean, but then again, people want like Black Shadow, like that's like
well
evil Captain
that's
Falcon.
just cuz he's a good like Echo Fighter fit cuz like the only other Echo Fighter you could choose for Captain Falcon would be Blood Falcon, which is a alternate costume.
Yeah, Blood Falcon, Black Shadow, like Samurai Garo. Like I've never played a F-Zero game, but I can say this: I kind of like the dude. He looks really goofy and like he has a freaking sword. Like I don't see Captain Falcon having a sword.
Well, that's because
Do you
Captain
see him
Fa-
having a sword?
I don't see him having a sword. I see him having a gun and not using it for some reason. He
Oh,
literally
he's like,
he literally
I have
has
a
a
gun.
gun.
No! It would be epic if he just freaking like he uses like the gun for like brass knuckles.
Oh my fuck. That would be amazing.
It's just like he's just like beating up like Cloud Strife with his gun.
Hell yeah.
And then like
Bug.
at least we got like what redesigns for like a majority of like the characters, like including I think like the most ones, like we got like the biggest redesigns were like the Zelda characters, like the Zelda characters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
we
This,
got instead of kind of doing like what Sakurai did with like where they it's just Twilight Princess. We're gonna make all the characters look like the latest game. He's just like, oh no, it's just Link. Then we got like
yeah,
Zelda, who looks way better than the Twilight Princess one that they used, and
yeah.
Ganondorf looks like Ganondorf. I don't like his like the one that the Twilight Princess Ganondorf.
I don't
He
like
doesn't
I don't like any of the
he looks
designs from Twilight Princess. I think they all suck.
yeah, they look too edgy.
Though I will say, um, it is nice to have all these redesigns, but in the K. Rool trailer, the Zelda portion kind of gave me a fucking seizure.
Oh yeah, because people were like, "This is not the Zelda timeline." I'm like, I don't know nothing about the timeline. All I know is that if you mix up the characters from like different timelines, people are gonna go bananas saying this is not the real thing.
It, yeah, because it's like you got Breath of the Wild Link, Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, and then fucking uh, I don't remember which one they said it
Was
was
it
for
like
Zelda.
a link between like a link between worlds? I think that was the one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I kind of like I say like Zelda's new design pretty much like you got all the cutesy girls, you got the babes, you got Zelda. Like Zelda, she looked
Yeah.
disgusting and like Brawl in Smash 4, but now she looks cutesy. You gotta emphasize the princess in her.
I think like the only two designs of Zelda that I actually like are Link Between Worlds and Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, I'd say like the I've never played. Here's the thing, Zach. I have never played a Zelda game except for Ocarina of Time 3D.
Really?
Yes, I've like as a little weed boy, a little weed lad. I never found Zelda fun. I thought it was boring,
Hmm.
and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna give the game a try. And I played Ocarina of Time. I was like, it's great. I clapped my arms. I gave it a round of applause. I had fun with the game. I think I couldn't tell you how many times like I was like when I'm with my dad and all they did was just play Ocarina of Time 3D and I was just like I gotta get out of like I gotta get all the seals in like under an hour or like I don't know like under a day.
Hmm.
And then I'm like I can memorize all of this by heart, but because I haven't played it in a while, I bet I'll forget about it, half of it.
Yeah, that happens to
And
me too.
I freaking do not like the part where like you gotta get like what is it like when you go to the future, it's all spooky, and then like you go over there, you see the girl, the milk girl, and then like what is it? She's like enslaved or something
Oh
because
yeah.
of like the Luigi guy, Luigi man. He's like, I'm gonna race you, and then like I couldn't even do nothing. I didn't know how to do this. I was like going around. I was like, oh frick! I ran out of rubies. I just grabbed. I went around, killed more enemies, go back, did all this stuff that I didn't want to do.
Hmm.
I was like, I always kind of like, I always really liked it. I mean, what is it like? Isn't like Sheik was like based on like the Breath of the Wild design, right?
I think Sheik was actually based on an armor from Breath of the Wild, but I think there's
It's
also
like,
a bit of like Hyrule Warriors mixed in.
oh, I see. At least we got like young Link and Toon Link.
Yeah, I mean, though I don't really see why you would want Young Link because he's basically just Toon Link but worse.
I don't know. I kind of liked him when I kind of liked him when I was playing Melee.
Hmm.
He
I
was
don't know.
pretty cool,
I
I
have.
guess.
I
He
guess
was,
it's just me with my intense anti melee bias.
and then we got the biggest hype of them all, Solid Snake back in the game.
My God, when I saw that, I think my reaction was pretty much the same as Etika.
You just what instead of breaking a freaking some wall, you broke your bed.
No, but that would be a fun story to tell people. I broke my bed because of Solid Snake.
Being Smash Ultimate, like the biggest hype of them all, and I think the one that made me cry the most was freaking goddamn seeing Ness and Lucas's final smashes.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
When I saw that, like out of everything in the E3 trailer, that was the freaking one that I was more hyped about.
Yeah, because it's like those. I think that's the first time those characters have ever been in 3D.
I know there were like trophies in like Melee.
Yeah. Well, for Paula and Pooh.
Oh yeah, true that. And besides, like, well, Jeff was already like an assist trophy for like Brawl, right?
Yeah, Jeff was an assist trophy since Brawl. But I
Yeah,
mean,
and then we got
now we have the all four. Now we have
yeah, and then we got Kumatora and Boney, and still waiting for Mother 3, Reggie.
Monster assist trophy.
It's like what we got. I mean, like I think like the only thing I've been like going around with like Smash Ultimate besides like checking like the website every day for like the things that they're showing off is the goddamn those stupid leaks that everyone is
Oh
making
yeah.
like oh Brian Griffin he's gonna be in Smash his Echo Fighter is gonna be Vinny.
I saw that fucking video you posted of the Peter Griffin. that
Yeah,
was that was fucking perfect.
freaking I swear to God. I mean like a lot of people are like, oh, we're gonna get Gino, we're gonna get Brian Griffin, we're gonna get uh, Brappa the Rapper, we're gonna get you know who else would be pretty cool in Smash? Goddamn, Imagine Babies for the Wii.
All right, can I just say so? Can I just bring up a dumb story, really quick? If
Sure,
you're
why
being
not?
okay, so when I was little, my sister had this Imagine Babysitter game on the DS, and I had stolen it so many times that she ended up just giving it to me.
Oh my God,
I stole it so many times to play it that she ended up just like being, fuck it, you can have it.
you know what? Fine, fine. I don't even like the game. And then you're like, hey guys, it's me, Zach. Today in Games Done Quick 2018, we're gonna play Imagine Babies for the DS. You
Yep.
just beat it like under a minute.
God.
Jesus Christ, it's like it gets bizarre. Like the games are dumb, they're crazy, and
Yeah.
like the ratings for like the party game one for the Wii is really high.
Really?
Yeah, there's like an ongoing meme with like where like people rate like what was like AAA titles of like the Imagine Babies game, and like whenever like it's like whenever they do it like Imagine Babies always gets the highest score.
The hell?
It was like a Metacritic score, but they gave him like a higher. I think it was like IGN or like Metacritic, where they gave like the game a high score, like a really high score for like a game that has like babies in it.
They had too much fun
I
with
swear to
it.
God, like freaking this, like if we're gonna talk about the leaks, we gotta talk about the big man himself, the one who's like known like in the league community as of right now for like Smash
We
Ultimate.
talking about Virgin and LOZ18's leaks? Because they
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
gonna talk
merged
about
together now.
Virgin. Yeah, we're gonna do Virgin. The dude was like, oh yeah, like when he did like the thing where like, oh yeah, everyone is back. Like when he said in 4chan, he said, oh, we're gonna get Ridley, we're gonna get Minecraft in there too. He's like, everyone's like, that's a lie. And
Wasn't
then he's like, oh yeah, the title
wasn't
special too.
wasn't he the one who said like Ridley, Ice Climbers, and Simon Belmont?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, this is if you put those in your fucking leak, that is leak poison. No one will believe you." And then all three fucking happened.
And then everyone is just smacking their arms. They're like, he's the chosen one. And then he's like, oh yeah, I know. Like he said something about like I mean he predicted like everything there except for like the Minecraft thing. He said something like, "Oh yeah, oh the Minecraft thing. We don't know. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on." He's like, I still haven't heard anything about it at all. And I'm like, freaking Sakurai, what are you doing? Are you really gonna put Minecraft?
I mean, he does have a history of playing Minecraft.
Oh yeah, he likes Minecraft. And at the same time, it pretty much represents like the popularity, like I guess like the modern game
That's
genre.
like the first indie game that got like really popular.
Yeah, it's like thank you, Notch, for making a game that is now basically one huge meme.
I feel like a character wouldn't work though in Smash. I don't think you could really make
I
it.
mean, the character. I mean, like, I guess so.
Yeah, I feel like you know,
I think he said something about like representation of like maybe a stage or something.
yeah, stage if anything would probably be the best, and then you could have like generic Minecraft skins roaming in the background and stuff.
Yeah, and they're like, doo, doo. You just hear Minecraft music. It's just, like relaxing Minecraft music, and then you just see, and then it's just like an Evo. Everyone is just screaming.
Relaxing Minecraft music while I beat the fuck out of every character in this game.
Oh my god. Oh, what if like, cause you see like what people were talking about how like the spirits mode thing and like the boss things that they're talking about like
Oh
in the
yeah,
direct.
what the fuck happened to that? After like a week, everyone forgot about that shit.
I feel like he is like, oh yeah, everybody cracked the code. It's like, yeah, it's a mode, but it ain't a character. Where's where's goddamn Piccolo?
Honestly, I hope, and like this is a really dumb hope, but I hope that we get fucking Goku and Smash just so that I can see what would happen. I want to see what would happen to the community.
Everyone, everyone would just freaking flip out saying, "We can finally get SpongeBob."
We can get Shrek. We can get Peter Griffin.
Freaking Peter. Oh, at the like, what if they bring Homer Simpson and like Family Guy into like the state into like the game, and then it's just like one big like it's kind of like what is like kind of like the King K. Rule trailer where they like with you know how like the last part like where they're like running and then they punch into the air and like waves exploding. It
God.
would be like that like Family was it like Simpsons guy? It would be like that the fights.
They could literally take a scene from Simpsons Guy and turn that into the fucking trailer.
Oh heck yeah, bro! The stage Quahog, another stage Springfield.
Would they be traveling stages though?
I bet so because I feel like Springfield itself is pretty much like one big world. Because like
Yeah,
for like all these years for like The Simpsons, it's kind of like if you're gonna put like good representation or like the show itself has like its own little world inside of it.
yeah. I guess like
I mean, like
that it would probably be a traveling stage and then drop off at like very like iconic locations like outside the school, the
Quickie
Simpsons
Mart,
Quickie
Moe's.
Mart, Moe's, fucking for those memers out there, stop by Principal Skinner's house.
Oh, then the house is just burning.
It's like the literal last scene of fucking steamed hams.
Dabs. Steve Dabs. That's what I called hamburgers.
Oh, but
No,
what
no,
if
no.
what if when you what if when you got there, it has like a fucking aurora borealis over the house?
Oh, that would be great. If we're gonna talk about like Quahog, what's else in that world? Like, okay, we got like what is it? We got like the Griffins' house. We got like the entire neighborhood because like
Yeah,
Joe Swanson, Cleveland, and Quagmire. We had to go to the Drunken
yeah,
Clams.
obviously, probably the brewery.
Yeah,
Hmm.
alcohol, but they replace it with root beer.
Yes, obviously.
And then the final smash for Peter Griffin will be, oh, what if the Echo Fighter will be goddamn the Chicken Man?
Oh my fucking god, that would be amazing.
Oh my god, I love it how like what is it like? I think yeah, Max G. I think he made a gif saying, oh, what if Bart was in Smash and then he just did like specials for him.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Homer, you're in Smash,
Homie.
Homie. Hey Homer, I heard you're in Smash Brothers. Though. Oh frick! What if like oh it's just nonsense right now. Pure nonsense. Can we just talk about how like the freaking Mii fighters look like goddamn freaking
Oh
woke?
god. Those the the
Like
Mii fighters.
they look freaking. They were like such weak boys, like and girls for like the meat gunner.
I don't know. I really liked the old designs, but I like these ones just because it looks like an aged up version of the original Mii fighters.
It's like it's like Rugrats. Like you got Rugrats, you got all grown up.
Exactly.
I used to watch all grown up like when they had like Nickelodeon shows. It was like I think it was like the I think that's the reason why I talk about like stupid stuff I remember. I like a lot of nickel or like 90s Nick shows because I watched it like when I was like 7 or something, and I thought it was like great,
Hmm.
and it's pretty epic. And I think like if we're gonna talk about dumb stupid leaks or like I guess in general leaks, can we just talk about the freaking one with like the dude saying, "Oh, I was a person for the CEO for the demo of Smash Ultimate." We got Richter, and they got
Oh, you
characters
mean
I couldn't remember.
The Gardevoir leak?
Yeah, the God of War. Yeah, the God of War leak where they're like
I
in the.
personally believe that to be true, and it hasn't. There's no like actual deconfirmation of it yet.
I guess so. But at the same time, like I think someone said like in their like one of their like I think like another leak said, "Oh yeah, Gardevoir, she's gonna be an Echo Fighter for Mewtwo."
I don't see how that would work. Most of Mewtwo's moves revolve around his tail.
Yeah, well, you go. He's a spooky boy.
I mean, also like most of the moves Mewtwo does like wouldn't translate over well to Gardevoir.
True though. And then like what was it? What we got? I think like then like Benjamin was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get like a Gen 7 ref," but it ain't.
I highly
As he
doubt.
said,
I highly doubt it because like last time Sakurai put in a Pokemon rep, the like development started before X and Y, and he got lucky and picked one that was popular. Now it's like I don't think you would run that risk again.
I don't know. I don't know, Zach. Maybe he's like, because he said like, was it like, oh yeah, it ain't Mimikyu, it ain't Lightrock, or it's not even the Decidueye, and I'm like, and people are saying, oh, it's Incineroar, isn't it?
Yeah, like why would you choose Incineroar? That's like literally the like least popular from what I've seen.
But at the same time,
Or at least
like,
it's the least popular of the third forms. I know
yeah, the third one.
Poplio is the least popular of the first and
Yeah,
second
no one like popular. We talk about Litten and good old
Rowlet.
Poppy, yeah, Rowlet, and good old Litten. And, like at the same time, it will be pretty cool seeing like more heavyweight fighters,
I almost
heavyweight Pokemon fighters.
I feel like we should keep the heavyweights for like villains. I don't know. You still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still there.
Oh,
What was it? I'm trying to remember stuff.
oof.
Oh yeah, that freaking dumb leak that came out this week with like the oh hey we got Agnes, goddamn Ken the Chorusman, Shadow, and what is it? Isaac.
Agnes from Bravely Default.
Yeah, Briley the Fall. I was like, what the frick? What the frick is this? I'm like, when I looked at this, is like it's freaking fake. And like I could see it for like from like half of the images.
There's like some new images of it.
Yeah, and then the dude like freaking fixed up the freaking name, and it's like, dude, people already debunked it. Are you really gonna do it?
I don't know. I feel like it gives credence to it. The only thing that makes it credible is Ken because of fucking everyone's attachment to Vergiben and going off of his word
No,
as
don't forget
law.
Isabel. Don't forget Isabel, because he
Yeah.
said, oh yeah, it's like if it doesn't has Ken, it's a fake leak. But at the same time, he says something about like Gen 7 and like a Gen 7 Pokemon character and Isabel.
Yeah, so, you know,
I mean,
I'm gonna say it's Vergiben's fault and everyone's reliance on him.
I mean, I think like at the same time, people who know, I know he does other leaks for like other fighting games, and I think he said like
Yeah.
half of the things he says like are like goddamn. He messes up drastically. I think he fucked up when he did like the Street Fighter Five DLC.
Fuck.
I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be Third Strike characters. We're gonna get Makoto. We're gonna get Necro. We're gonna get Q. We're gonna get Crimson Viper."
God.
I'm like, I'm
I
like,
I wish he was right about Q. Honestly, I would buy Street Fighter Five just to play as Q.
I mean, you could get the 30th anniversary collection on your Switch, and there's Q.
True.
Q, I'd say like I really like Q for the fact that he's such a mysterious character.
Yeah, and he's just like so weird. He's so
He's such a
weird.
wonky man. Like he's like it's like people say like is he a human? Is he a man? Or is he like a robot?
I think he's a cyborg with no brain.
And I think we got like G of his costume of Q and like have his moves being pretty much like Q.
Hmm.
So people are like speculating, is he? And at the same time, you have to realize that Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, like Street Fighter 3 itself, is way, way over there in the future. While like Street Fighter, like everything, like Street Fighter 1, 2, Alpha, 4, and 5, they're like they're like from the past, and like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, like they're like way in the future, where like Shadow Loop base is pretty much like non-existent there anymore.
Yeah.
So and like a lot of people are speculating, oh, it's just Q is just G. He's like he just took his identity. He's like Q is G's like identity in the future,
Hmm.
and
Sounds
I'm like,
far
oh,
fetched.
and I'm like, Q is cooler when he's like more mysterious.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like we're getting Street Fighter Third Strike characters, and like you know the homies over there in Third Strike. You know they're like the cool
Yeah.
boys. Like I feel like it had like something like I'd say like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike had more like attitude. It felt like good old '90s. It felt like an actual '90s game. It felt like it had attitude. I got rap. I got some of that high quality music.
Yeah.
Freaking, I swear to God. Oh yeah, freaking. Okay, so if we're gonna talk about music, we're gonna talk about Smash Ultimate music.
Oh
Over
yeah.
900 freaking tracks. No, like 800 tracks, and including
Voice
like the
clips and
fanfares and like
stuff. It.
yeah, it would be like 900.
God, man, that is.
And then like we still got like two songs for Final Fantasy
Oh
7,
yeah, that fucking hurt.
and then for like Street Fighter's like 36. And the first when I saw that, I was like, that better not be all Street Fighter 2. I will be mad if it's all Street Fighter 2.
Look, I'll just be happy if we get fucking Guile's theme.
Yeah, Giles Fiend. But at most, I just want to hear like good old what is it? I want to hear like Makoto's stage from like Third Strike, or like at least Alex and Ken's stage from like Third Strike.
Get Sakura's stage theme. Make Colonel
Dude,
happy.
oh yeah, we're gonna make Colonel happy. If Colonel if Sakura gets smashed, Colonel is just gonna be like, guys, I put my wiener into my Switch slot. How can I take it off?
How do I get it out?
Like get out. It's just like it's just like it's just like a dupe. It's just like a really epic joke. Oh my god. Freaking Colonel's going to like an anime convention, I think. Yeah, he's going to an anime convention. That's why he's in here.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, I know he's gonna buy like a. I'm hoping, and I swear to God, I know he's gonna buy like a Sakura toy or like a figure, because I know
I think they
like
have it.
ep8 trigger to make them. All I could just imagine is like Colonel coming back saying, "Hey guys, I bought a body pill of like Sakura. My mom is making fun of me. What should I do?" like barely. It's just the two of us. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be tight.
Hell yeah.
We're talking about Smash Ultimate. Actually, besides like Smash Ultimate, San Diego Comic Con.
Oh yeah, that's I wish I could go there.
It's not even going on. It happened on July.
Oh, well, I wish I
I
could
mean,
have gone
besides,
there.
same here. And then like Anime Expo, they announced like Skullgirls for like the Switch. I know that.
Oh, that's happening.
Yeah, it is. They confirmed that Skullgirls like an encore will come out on the Switch and it will have a physical release too.
Oh hell yeah!
And you know me. That game
I'll buy it.
pretty much Skullgirls Second Encore is pretty much the first fighting game. Well, excluding Smash Brothers, Skullgirls is pretty much the first one to have like the 6 button layout thing, like what an OG fighting game is,
Yeah.
and pretty much it brought me into like oh hey, is me saying hey you want to play Street Fighter with me? And it's like pretty much the game, and I really like Skullgirls like as much as like what is it like Nukehead and like Weebler give shit about it, saying oh it's really easy to do combos and it's really easy to do everything.
Why does it matter if it's easy to do something? That just means more people can have fun.
Yeah, I mean like look at Blaze Blue Cross Tech Battle.
Oh
That's like
yeah,
2 buttons,
that
and yet
shit's
it's
the
so competitive.
that shit's the easiest thing ever.
It's like I like me and my friends call it baby's first fighting game. Like Smash Bros. Nah, an actual fighting game with 2 buttons.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And then like I'd say like pretty much Skullgirls itself, like I think it makes it more unique is that like you could choose up to like instead of having because like it's like a 3 tag game, but instead you could be like, oh, you can get 3 characters, 2 characters, or even one.
Yeah.
So that pretty much brings like more variety. Like if you're like oh you if you're like I don't know if you don't like using like up to like 2 or 3, you just go with one. And pretty much like if you have one character, it's pretty much overpowered. Second people, it's like half like the power, but like 3, it's neutral,
Hmm.
and that pretty much brings like more variety into like the slice, and like it's kind of like you got like person with 3 characters and like one person with 1 character. It makes it intense. And like what was it like SNK games? Like I know like you don't switch up the fighters like during the fight. Oh, you just have to fight with like the characters you got right now. That's pretty much just like what King of Fighters is, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
And like oh yeah, freaking Fatal. No. The SNK heroines with Terry
Oh
Beauregard.
God, I I want that game just because of how ridiculous it is.
I know SNK heroines has been like a thing like in the '90s, but pretty much this one right here is like the peak. It's like you can customize you can give them hats. And you got female Terry. It's like it's the best of both worlds. I think they got like a cow costume
This is
too.
literally an official gender bending of Terry Beauregard.
Oh
Terry
my god!
Bogard.
Like if we're gonna talk about like third party characters in Smash Ultimate, who do you think will like be like a good one?
Uh, I
I would
guess
say Rayman.
who?
Rayman.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, after that fucking leak, that should after the fucking artsy
It
omni
just sky-
thing,
it just skyrocketed.
that should show Ubisoft how much people want Rayman in Smash.
What if like what if Ubisoft like said, oh yeah, hey you want Rayman? Here you go.
And they just
And
use
then
the fucking. They just use.
Sakurai's like, yeah, I like Rayman. I like Rayman, but can I make the rabbits as a fighter too? They're
Oh
like,
my
sure, why not?
god.
I swear to God, I would if they have like Rayman, like his trailer, kind of like what they do with like Richter's trailer, like well, no, like Simon Belmont's trailer, where like he is there and like Richter comes out of nowhere too. What if like they did the same thing for like if Rayman gets smashed, like his trailer is just him beating up people, but in the end, but like around like but like around he's almost gonna fight or like like everyone is like knocked down. He just sees like people squabbling around, and then it's just the rabbits coming after him. Like I'm like rabbits themselves, like one character itself won't really be that much of an effect. I say like two characters is fine, like the ice climbers, pretty much like.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like overly stupid characters, and I just like it when people like get mad over like characters that are like super stupid, and they say, "Oh, I don't like him. He's too goofy." And I'm like, the rabbits, put them in Smash. You already got. I mean, he could like the rabbits could be like the Dan Hibiki of Smash.
Oh yes. Or just put Dan Hibiki in there.
Put Dan in Smash.
yeah. Fuck Vergeman. We don't do Ken and Smash. We get Dan Hibiki.
We put Dan. We put Dan. Dan.
we
Dan the man.
we stand Dan.
Dan. Freaking. Oh my god. Freaking. Whenever I hear people Stan, like I think about like Stan from South Park, or like that one tweet of like some dude saying, why do people stand Mineta from My Hero Academia?"
Whenever I hear people say stand, I always immediately go, stand? And I fucking have to, like, ask myself if it's a JoJo reference to not annoy people.
Oh no, is that a JoJo reference? And then it's like, Zach, we've been over this for like 20 years. Freaking, oh my god. The if we're gonna like I guess like for third party characters, I'd say like stuff like I guess Rayman or for me at least, or like this will never happen, but I just really want it. Goddamn Parappa the Rapper. I want him.
God, yeah. Parappa would be so fun.
He was like in what is it? In like the PlayStation version of like Super I think
PlayStation
it was
All-Star
called
Battle.
Battle Royale.
It was literally called PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Oh no. Do you think when PlayStation goes back to the game they're like, yeah, we're gonna put the default Fortnite default skin character in there too.
You're gonna make the battle boss a stage.
The battle bus at the stage. I, I think there was a stage in that game where like you were like there was a bus. I think so. But I will actually love seeing Parappa in Smash because like the dude I love Parappa. Like I can't tell you like I don't know. I don't care about rap except for like the songs from like Crap of the Rapper.
Hmm. See, like the most rap that I listen to is fucking Pink Guy.
The most epicest.
Yes. There's some kind of fucking demon ritual going on outside, so I'm sorry if you hear music.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, coolio. I'm playing with
It's,
scissors.
why are you playing with scissors, Zach? You can play with glue sticks.
I don't have any glue sticks.
Well then, I wait a
Pull it.
second. A freaking stupid me remembered like there was like an episode of like the Powerpuff Girls, like the OG Powerpuff Girls, like the reboot one.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was like an episode where like some like nerd kid was like eating glue.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I don't remember
He's
which episode
like,
that was.
I'm gonna eat the glue, and then he becomes a goo monster. It's like, oh no. It's like you really gotta make you really gotta make the child look like he's like been drenched in semen.
Oh, God. It's a Shad Man drawing.
Oh no, Zach! Zach, you're causing the forfeit impact. Oh no.
Oh, my God. So, speaking of Powerpuff Girls, that reminds me of this like Smash Bros. Ripoff of with Cartoon Network characters.
Oh yeah, punch time explosion.
God, I kind of want to get that just because like how like diverse the roster is.
Pretty much like the most diverse is like it's like you got all the you got all the goody characters. You got like modern early 2000s to the 90s. I think
Yeah.
one time I think I was like asleep or like I was like very bored one day and I was like, you know what? They should make a Hanna-Barbera fighting game.
Flintstones versus Jetsons fighting game. Do it.
No. It would be like epic just to see like Hanna Barbera characters like duking it out. Like all I want to see is like what is it like Secret Squirrel beating the living shit out of like Scooby Doo.
At Evo Grand Finals, like, let's bring that to Evo. Fucking Hanna
Freaking
Barbera fighting game.
Jabberjaw, Jabberjaw. He's like the big boy. He's the big boy. He's the Hugo of the game. No, Grape Ape. Freaking Grape Ape.
Hell yeah.
Grape Ape is like the goddamn like Abigail from like Street Fighter 5, where like he's big as hell.
God, I just want that game to exist so we can go to Evo and then have the chance of having a George Jetson versus Fred Flintstone like
All I
finale.
can just imagine, all I can just imagine is just like the freaking insanity there. Like it's just a bunch of like cartoon fans, and then there's like or like people who like people like Justin Wong is just like there in the distance saying, now this is the Marvel vs. Capcom game that I always wanted."
God.
And then it's just like the voice actors of like the Hanna Barbera characters who aren't dead. They're doing the voices, like they're the announcers, and then it's just like I come out like a nowhere saying, "Hey, I'm like the new announcer. Okay, we got Jabberjaw. You guys remember Jabberjaw? Oh wait, you guys are like 500 years old.
we
Sorry, guys."
we do a live Twitcast while
It's
fucking
Oh frick! What if like they announced like Hanna Barbera the fighting game, but then at the same time like there's like we got another announcement, and like freaking like goddamn Daigo was like, "What is this, a new Street Fighter game?" And he's like, "Oh my god, Twitcast the game!"
Whoa! They're adding Twitcast to every fighting a Twitcast character to every fighting game. Yeah.
All I can just imagine is freaking Marvel versus Capcom, but it's just Twitcast versus the memes.
Jesus. Or
All the freaking memes from Twitcast
if
versus
you were to put a character from Twitcast into each like big fighting game, who would be in what?
I'd say like if we're gonna make it like Street Fighter, I would say freaking Colonel, because you know the boy loves some
Yeah.
Sakura.
Yeah.
Definitely I will be in Skullgirls because
Hell yeah.
for you Zach, you would be in Smash Bros.
Hey.
Actually, every single person in Twittercast, all the members, all the guests will be in Smash.
Hell yeah. That would be amazing.
It's just like an entire Smash Twittercast is like announced. He's like, have you seen like like the trailers like in Smash where they were like. Or like he's like Super Smash Bros. X Twitcast, and then Etika's like, "What? What's this?"
Oh my god, I just realized we have reason to have a character die in the trailer.
Oh no!
Fucking Switch dies in the trailer.
Slade dies in the trailer. He's in the part. He's in the new spirits mode. You gotta lock him there.
Hell yeah.
Like if you're gonna be like a Twitcast fighting game, it would be like all of us versus like all the memes, like just Mr. Dink, Elliot Roger, uh, goddamn. I remember, like, I think there was like a fight, like a Sega fighting game where like one of the characters was a goddamn Daytona car.
Oh yeah, fuck. I forget which
That
game
we
that was.
that could just be a physical copy of Cars on VHS,
Yes.
pan, and then like it's just a bunch of dumb characters. We got all the epic boys. We got all the boys. It's gonna be it's gonna be all the boys, all the memes at one game. And Evo is like it's like you see like Justin Wong versus Daigo playing the game. Is like okay, he's gonna do it. Is he gonna do the Daigo parry? And then he's just like uses Mr. Dink the parry. Ellie Rogers is like I love Vista attacks. Justin Wong does like the Chun Li attacks, but it's just Elliot Roger,
Perfect.
and it's just everyone going crazy. That reminds me, because in Chicago, there is like a pretty much like a little Evo here called Combo Breaker,
Really?
and yeah. So what they did was that they used a kind of like a Mugen video, like a Mugen game, and they put it like in like freaking in one of the tournaments. like one of those like the mini tournaments in there.
Hmm.
And so what happened was that, like, do you want to know what what people were going crazy for? Not for like an epic combo, but do you know why? Do you know what the characters were? Do you want to know what the characters was?
What?
Fat Albert.
No fucking way.
They had the freaking Amugen game, and they had Fat Albert in there. So, and then everyone was going crazy. Everyone was going like everyone in the audience was rooting for the dude who chose Fat Albert, and the dude was putting like combos with Fat Albert.
Oh.
Imagine that, Fat Albert doing combos at a like a fighting game convention. Imagine the insanity that could just be Twitcast, the fighting game, where like, oh my god, he chose Mr. Dink. That would just be the greatest. That would be like that'd be like the ultimate thing. Like people who don't know what Twitcast is, you're like, what's this stupid fighting game?
What is this fucking fighting game full of retardation and memes?
And then when it comes out, they're like, oh yeah, I mastered. I'm a pro Zack character. I main Zack.
I'm a pro tronotoe main.
I'm a pro Tronotoe main. And then it's just like he's like Daigo. He's known as being one of the best Weebler fighters out there. And then Weebler's like, oh my god, he noticed me. It's just like a mishmash of like stupidity and just insanity and just in general, just like a fun fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh freaking frickus. Hold on, I'm trying to remember something. Oh yeah, the freaking have you heard the thing like what they did with like Canadian Best Buy where like they said like, oh the amiibos, if you tap them in Smash Ultimate, you can unlock the
Oh yeah,
characters.
I wanted to bring that up because if anyone who's watching doesn't know, I have a pretty big collection of amiibo.
Zach, you could just freaking unlock like half of the characters
I
at
can
this point when
I
it
pretty much have
releases.
I pretty much have the the damn near entire cast of Smash 4. I
You're
just need a
freaking
few more.
you're goddamn lucky, Zach. You got all the characters. I got like what is it? I don't know what characters I can unlock. I got like a Mario Party 10 amiibo, and it's Mario, Yoshi, Kirby, Pikachu, Ness, Lucas, and Palutena. I guess the only characters I could unlock is Palutena, Lucas.
No Nessu. I think it's gonna be
Well,
like starting roster from Smash 64 without unlocks.
we still don't know though.
True.
Maybe they might have just like maybe they'll do that, or they just have like the original 12, like all the 12 boys.
Yeah, but for me, I have like 43 amiibos.
Is one of them Bayonetta?
One of them is, but it was a Christmas gift from my mom who didn't know how much I hate her, and I've put her in a bucket somewhere in my room that I do not
And you're like,
remember.
and then when it's Smash Ultimate, it's like good luck on the characters. You're like, oh yeah, where's my Bayonetta amiibo? And you find it in the bucket. Okay.
I'm not gonna unlock Bayonetta.
What if like you just unlock her by accident, like when you're playing the game? It's like a new challenger approaches is Bayonetta.
Turn off my Switch.
But what if you have to unlock goddamn, I don't know, a character you want, but the first thing you have to do is beat Bayonetta and unlock her?
Um, get the amiibo, dude.
You-
I've got so many amiibo, I can literally circumvent Bayonetta.
oh, freaking! You do a ritual. You do like one of those dumb rituals that people do. Where like we're putting all of our you do like a satanic ritual to freaking burn your Bayonetta amiibo.
It's like the fucking Animal Crossing fans.
Oh yes, like we gotta get Animal Crossing for the Switch, and I'm like, where's Tomodachi Life #2?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Tomodachi Life is already technically the second in its game series.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mother. It's kind of like the Mother series at this point. With like, oh, That's not the real one. That's not the first one.
Yeah.
And then like it's like all I want to do is like if they make Tomodachi Life 2 or like just like in general like a part of it but make it high quality, all I want to do is just put all like school shooters, like put Elliot Roger, put goddamn Randy Stair, put Eric Harrison, Dylan Klebold, put them there and just make them do a song, make them a duet, make them a group, and they do like a no, I mean I will make them do like a pop song where it's like because like I think one of the pop songs was like it was like I love loving, but it's like I hate hating women and minorities.
Gamers rise up.
Yeah, and no, and the last no, and they're freaking no, their names will be the gamers. It's like no, and then their techno song will be like, "This is a video game reference. Veronica's won't understand. Stacy's and Roasties wouldn't understand."
Oh my
Freaking I love
god.
it. It's pretty sad knowing the fact that I know like incel slang.
It's because you hang out with Nukehead.
Well, I'm sorry, but there is a video where someone explains is like, okay, I spend like it's just like a joke video where like, he says, "I've never met a woman in my life. My friends told me about them, but I never know what they are." Then he just talks about like incel slang and like what the heck it is.
That's
It's
perfect.
like no, it's not even like oh he's an incel. More like he just basically studied what an incel is and just told people like hey if you don't want to like read like 1,000 articles about like Elliot Rodger, I could just make an entire video talk about incel slang. If Elliot Rodger was still alive, I could just imagine him being like the freaking moderator of like r/incels.
Yeah, I could see that. It makes sense.
I think Elliot Rodger once sent his dad and mother like a a link to like some freaking forums or like a
Yeah,
forums of like where they hate women, and I'm like, is that r/incels? What if that was legit r/incels and Elliot Rodger was the first one
it was the
to like
it was the early form of it.
oh so it's incels. Oh, freaking Elliot Rodger and Smash.
His final smash is literally the same as Falcon. Captain Falcon's. This BMW drives up and hits the person.
Oh, no, like it's this BMW, but instead of like the BMW, like you see him riding it. There's like a vanilla latte and like one of like the little coasters, and it's like no, and then you see like Monkey Jones like in the background of like his final smash.
Oh hell yeah!
Actually, speaking of Monkey Jones, have you seen Monkey Jones's like movie, Monkey Jones Stops the School Shooting?
I have not yet. I kind of want to, but I don't have a lot. I don't like have a lot of time to just hang around and watch it.
I don't have enough time to watch 20 minutes of like some dude screaming about like shooting up his some school.
I've been busy because I gotta go back to school next week. Well, technically this week.
Oh no, Zach, you gotta wake up. Are you gonna see your friend who was laughing about my the freaking my Mega Man Iris death scene?
Yes, I'm gonna be seeing him.
Oh really? Did you even send him the entire thread of it?
I did, and he fucking loved it.
Wait, did you send it just to him or like all of your freaking
I
friends?
sent it into the group chat, but like he was the only one who went through and watched every single one of them.
I want to meet the guy. I legit just want to meet him just to see his face when he sees me.
Yeah.
You just watched all of me just saying gamers zero join the gamers, and he's like No, Sigma. No, I feel like sometimes I see some of the quotes to myself at school where like my favorite one has to be, "Hey man, don't call us gamers. You know, that's a racial slur to us gamers." That's like when I re-listen to it, I'm like, freaking, he just said gamers to himself. He just said it was a racial slur to us gamers, and yet he said gamers.
I hadn't even thought about that. That's fucking glorious.
It's like remind you, and I feel like this is why it's like for myself, like why I think it's funny too. It's just the fact that like I wasn't even thinking about nothing when I was going to do it. Like anything that I said there was just me trying to remember stuff. I was like, oh, we got it's just me doing random noises, and then like maybe sometimes I see like a funny joke. I freaking love the Colonel parts. Like, was it like he said, "Us communists don't like us communist chads. We'll destroy the gamers." And then like Stigma was like, I got the most oppressed weapon of them all, Gamergate." It makes it's baffling knowing the fact that people find it funny, and I'm like, I thought people would like freaking say is this what you call comedy? And I'm just like,
It's the highest form of comedy.
I'd say like hands down the best one of them all, and everyone knows it.
Is the
Iris
fucking
is dead.
Iris's death scene.
There's a girl in my math class named Iris.
Oh my fucking god, you're kidding.
I'm not. I wish I wasn't kidding. I really do wish I wasn't kidding.
Oh.
Like, I don't even know how she looks like or where she is. All I know is that like in the bulletin board or like all the kids' faces, I just see the name Iris. And the first thing I think about was just me yelling out, it's just the death scene, Iris's death scene.
It's perfect. True cinematic genius.
Iris, Iris.
Iris.
I love how I love how like for the entire thing, or like except for like the Iris death scene, was just me so relaxed and just saying so offensive, like so many offensive stuff.
Yeah. It was pretty good though still.
The stupidest of them all, the funniest. What is your favorite one though? I just want to know like which one out of all of them, besides the Iris death scene, because we know it's like the top of the top.
Alright, so like the second best one after Iris's death scene would probably be like the first bit with like Sigma and the Colonel talking about gamers.
It's like we're gonna destroy X and Zero. They're cyberbullying me. They're DMing me on my DMs and calling me a loser. No, like the second one was just me saying, the Colonel's like, oh yeah, some dude named Sigma is like on my DMs telling me that gamers will rise up or something. Can you like I don't know block him or something? Can you report him? And then like Colonel was like is like the gamers will rise up, and then Colonel's like that's cool I guess, and then it just fades away. And now it is like with like the X, like the ending of X. It really is like he's like Zero's like I'm watching Oaxis right now. And the last part of it was just me singing the Family Guy theme song. It was just me seeing violence in movies and sex on TV. And then it was like, is there any and like me doing my ex voice? I don't know which. It's just my normal voice saying, is there any Christian value shows in there? He's like, yeah, brother, we got Bunton is a Beast season 2. in the continuity of Mega Man X4 Tronotoe Edition, Butch Hartman is still alive, making goddamn O-Axis. It stood the test of time.
Somehow.
Somehow it took the test of time. Speaking of freaking Mega Man, I swear to God, I did not like the final boss in Mega Man X3.
Why?
Okay, so like the first one, it was just him with his lightsaber, frolicking around. Then the fourth, he got like over like three forms. Like usually it's two, but now it's like three forms. His second one was him becoming a giant mech and shoot, and it was so hard to you gotta pinpoint where to shoot him. You had to shoot him around his head, like around his neck, but it was so difficult to shoot him. And then when it was done, then like the next thing was like you gotta start like wall jumping, and there's like lava coming after you.
This sounds too complicated for me.
And then after that, like you gotta keep running, and then like it stops, and then like I don't know the cyborg Sigma, like some hologram of it. Zero kills it, and then they leave, and I'm like, finally. But Mega Man X4 itself is really short.
Hmm.
I'd say like everything is pretty much short in there, but at the same time, I feel like it's like two characters, so it's pretty much like filling up like a normal time as like Mega Man like X, all of the SNES ones, because it pretty much is like that. And I
Hmm.
feel like I mean that's cool and all. I think we got more. I think there was more cutscenes for Zero than goddamn X in that game.
Didn't you say that like X only had like one cutscene?
Actually, I think yeah. Actually, two. The one with like the fat guy, like the yellow guy, killing everyone like blood and is like ready to eat for like kids and adults.
Oh
That
yeah.
was like that's what they said in the goddamn thing in the PS1.
Hmm.
And then the last one is just his ending.
And then
I just love it how he's like I love it how he's just like doubles like couldn't get a Fortnite burger. He's just on the phone talking to someone. He's like, no man, I can't give you a Fortnite burger. I think my favorite one like is the Zero one, his Zero ending. Where when I did Sigma, I just screamed very loud. And there was a part like in the ending where Sigma is like screaming, but it was just like,
that one was pretty good too, actually. I can't
and then
believe.
and then like the Irish part was like, it's just like what is it like Irish saying, you said Family Guy funny moments. Freaking someday, I know like I remember I was hearing that like if Mega Man 11 sells well, Mega Man X9 will be a thing.
Oh fuck, you're right, man. I I hope that like they have some dumb fucking cutscenes if they make an X9.
And they're like, oh yeah, there's some kid named Tronotoe. We should make him a voice actor for the game.
Oh my god, if you were in that game, I would promote it to high hell and like constantly just tell people to buy it.
It's like he says the world he does the voice of Zero and he says epic in there.
He says gamers.
Gamers. So like if we're gonna do like the Twitcast fighting game, it would be like Twitcast versus the memes, the ultimate gamer game. That's like the tagline, the ultimate
Yes.
gamer game for epic gamers.
Only epic gamers are allowed past the training area.
That's the trading area, and all New Kid is just playing himself and no one else. He's
just
just like
just like in real life.
he's just playing by himself alone. Eh, and then he's like, "Oh man, I wish I had a girlfriend." And then like the story's just about him finding the legendary cars on VHS in the local abandoned blockbuster. But he accidentally slips up and says, "I want a boyfriend."
Oh fuck.
And then he just gets himself a Ram Ranch cowboy.
Oh, that's perfect.
it's just him screaming, and it's just like, I want a girlfriend, and he's like, and then like the voice of like, who's the person who freaking directed Cars? Hold on, let me look up.
Oh, I think it was John Lasseter.
Yeah, John Lasseter. John Lasseter's like, sorry, you said boy. Yeah, it was John Lasseter, and then John Lasseter said, sorry, you asked for a boyfriend, not a girlfriend. Sorry, boy, and he just teleports off. And then all you can just hear like in the background, like you could just hear like an abandoned blockbuster, like people like is like it's like the middle of like the forest. It's like Dibber goes to Taco Bell, basically. That's his ending.
Oh god.
Then you just hear Ram Ranch, like you know how like sometimes there's like whenever like there's like a party going on like in my house or like around my neighborhood, there's like really loud music.
Mhm.
Like when you're there, but like when I go back to my house, I can just hear it, but it's just all muffled.
Mm.
It's just muffled Ram Ranch music, and the only thing you could just hear is just like it's just balls slapping.
That'd be
And then,
amazing.
and then for for Ellie and Roger, it would be like the equivalent of like M Bison's is like ending from like Street Fighter 2, where like he's like, oh, he killed all like the Street Fighters, but as Ellie Roger said, I killed all the women. Us us men will truly rise up. And then he's until he realizes, oh wait, women do coffee. They do vanilla lattes. And then he's like, good thing I have Veronica. That's like his entire ending.
Oh my god.
But if you had like the game, like what would be your ending, Zach? Like the entire premise of like your story.
I think the entire premise of my story would fuck. I guess to get an unlimited amount of money so I could just play Fire Emblem Heroes forever.
I was expecting you to do something. Oh, I was gonna kill myself, and then like in the ending, you finally kill yourself, but death is like, sorry, man, you got like 500 years until you die, and then you just come back alive, and you're like, frick.
Actually that would be an interesting ending.
This is like Satan is like, yeah, I can't, you can't die. We got like a contract saying you can't die until you die in real life. And you're like, what? Real life? Yeah, this is a video game. It's called Twitcast versus the memes,
Just like
I think.
God damn it.
You freaking break a chair,
Just like trying to beat death with a fucking metal chair WWE style.
and he's like, ow, my kidney stone. For Colonel, it will definitely be him saying, I'm gonna get myself Sakura from Street Fighter. And like when he gets there, he gets Karen Kanzuki instead by accident. And he's like,
Oh, rip.
oh. He's like, at least your gender been Ken.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it just has like a laugh track, and then I guess it has like the Full House ending theme.
Why Full House?
It's like doo 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 doo, but like the instruments from like, the Full House theme song. Oh no, Seinfeld.
Oh,
Sein-
that makes
yeah, like
sense.
Seinfeld. But like it would just be like a mashup of like the Mr. Dink ASMR clips.
Oh, perfect.
And then like it's like the credits of like the game, but like it slowly freaking goes into Carlos's face. And he's just slowly getting depressed. And like
I like the idea of all these stories where it's like a magical item, but then it fucks up.
and then for me it's like I'm gonna get myself a Goth GF, but instead I get a freaking a Goth, like you know how like in medieval times like there was like knights who were like called the Goths, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this. This is
Oh,
not what I wanted.
that's
This is not what I wanted, and it was just me for like 5 hours of me like making an entire essay of why I didn't want this.
you're like that one fucker from fuck. I don't remember what the game was, but he's just like constantly like, I never asked for this.
I never asked for this. All I wanted was a Goth girlfriend, and and then like freaking goddamn me saying, you know, at least I got my hopes and dreams.
Yep.
and then it's just me standing there for like an hour in the middle of the forest, and it's just like crickets and owls like hooting and doing. And then you're like, oh yeah, let's have my dignity, and then he just burns into ashes. And I just stand there alone in the freaking blockbuster, being like, well, at least I got a person who can beat up all the school bullies. But he's just like, no, I can't. I must do my crusade. It's like, oh man, hecking frick. And then like, what is it? Weebler would just be him saying, what is even like Weebler? What do you think is like the most? I don't know. We barely even talk to like Weebler at all. I want to
Yeah.
know like, yeah, I would just say, oh, he just wants a copy of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, just like an arcade cabinet, but instead he gets freaking what is it, Skullgirls, and he's like, no, I don't want this. And then I asked for this. He's just, he's just like he goes on Twitter with his 9 quadrillion followers saying, I was supposed to get Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, but I got Skullgirls again.
I mean, I wouldn't be too bad. I'm too mad about that. I mean, a Skullgirls
But
arcade cabinet would be pretty cool.
I know there's like one in Japan. I know that. I know they made an arcade cabinet for it in Japan.
Hmm.
It's pretty epic. And like Ryan, it would just be him trying to get Yoshiko into real life,
Yeah.
but all he gets is Ryan hasn't told me what is his least favorite character in Love Live.
Probably Chica. I'm guessing.
He just gets another love. No, instead he gets a Ram Ranch Cowboy once again, like New Kid. And, then, and it would be like, no, who wrote this? Tronotoe? And then Toronto from 2017, and then it's like and then like it just close up like me from 2017 saying, "Frick, he noticed." It was like and like Hunter would just be him trying to get all the Pokemons, but instead he gets all Digimons and he's like, and he just screams. Bennett, he wants to get his egg salad. He wants to get his egg salad.
Bennett wants the world to be communist, but then it accidentally becomes capitalist.
And then he's like, I can't live in this world. I must rebel. Us gamers will rise up. Us communist gamers will rise up. Freaking let me see. Let me see something epic, something great. I mean, we got all the homeboys. Oh, we freaking forgot about Swage, like in the actual podcast.
I guess Swage's story would be he wants to die.
No, it would be like, hey man, my computer busted up. I can't play League of Legends. Can I get like a new PC with like League of Legends? But instead he gets to our Discord server instead. And he's like,
The only thing on his computer is Discord.
no. He can't get nothing. All he is stuck on Discord. He can't get no other Discords besides this Discord. And it's
Oh,
just us adding him saying, get on the podcast. So every day he hears like Discord beings like boop boop. You see him in the background just like all depressed and he's like, I don't want to go there. And then he just plays League of Legends on his computer and on his phone, but until he realizes it's deleted and it has Discord too.
oh shit.
And then it's just him. It's gonna be like that one episode of like SpongeBob where like Squidward, like I think like everything Squidward sees is boxes.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be like that. But he turns on the TV. It's like an advertisement for Discord. He goes outside to get food. He goes to McDonald's. He asks for a League of Legends burger. He's like, "Sorry, we're only selling Twitcast burgers right now." It is entire, and it's just him living in a world where there's no League of Legends, only Twitcast,
God, that would be his own personal hell, I think.
and it's just like this is how the world ends. It would be like end of Evangelion,
You just hear Kamsa Sultan as he like tries to kill himself to get away from us.
and then he sees the label. It says, this is a exclusive Discord noose."
Oh my god. Everything starts becoming like Twitcast and Discord related.
Yeah, all and like he tries to play. He looks up his Danganronpa poster of Junko, and then it's just replaced with me saying, "That's pretty epic." It's like no. It just has like her body. Like, it has like her tits, her sleek, disgusting nuke head smuts. But it just has my face on it saying, "That's pretty epic."
That's perfect.
And then like there's like another speech where I was like, "Well, what were you expecting? Danganronpa?" He's like, "Oh no." And then and then he finally gets on a and then he finally gets in an episode of Twitcast.
Yes.
He's like, "Fine." No, he's in hell, and he's like, and his hell is just a recording booth, and he's like, "Oh hey, are you ready to record Twitcast?" This is like it would be like a full length movie, freaking Swage the movie. And it's just him going insane.
The life of Swage.
The life of Swage. Swage, look out! Oh, oh my god. For like Nozomu, I would say she wants that freaking the tweet of her saying that she can shove Starburst up her pussy like an entire bar of it up her pussy. She's like, I'm gonna delete it, but there's no delete button. She's like, oh frick! It looks like I gotta ask the Cars on VHS button, the Cars on VHS thing to tell to delete it. But then instead it just says, but instead every all of her followers retweet like the freaking tweet.
Oh my god.
And then like the last part of like her story is me saying, "Hey, hey Nozomu, remember that one time you saw Christina eating Totino's pizza rolls naked?"
You really like that story.
It's always bizarre to me how like when me and Nozomu met, the first thing she told me was, "Oh hey, I can shove a Starburst up my pussy." I'm like,
That was the
"What?"
first thing she fucking said to you?
No, we did Snow Halation for like a couple of it, like for like a couple of like a few. Like, I think like for like back, but like we stopped, and then she just sent me a tweet of her saying, "I can shove an entire Starburst bar up my pussy." That's like imagine like our friendship just began with us singing Snow Halation, and just and then her sending me a picture that says, "Oh hey," a tweet that says, "Oh yeah, I can shove Starburst in my pussy."
that that is what true friendship looks like. And if anyone tries to disagree, they are retarded.
For Kate, it will be like Kate wants to be a girl, like a full-fledged woman, and then like, but instead she's still a boy, but when she looks up, her testes are cabbages.
These are all perfect.
It's always like I feel like when we first thought about this, it was us being all depressed, and now it's just me thinking of like, oh yeah, what if we fell down the stairs and we all died?
What if we all aborted each other?
What if we all aborted each other?
It's never too late to have an abortion. That's what murder
Heck yeah,
is.
positivity. Twibs would just be I don't know about Twibs. I guess Twibs wants his schoolgirl uniform back, but
uh,
instead he gets Family Guy T-shirts.
oh my god, the schoolgirl uniform is like what gives him like unlimited power.
That was like the thing he keeps sending me all the time. He's like, "Oh, what do you think about this image?" But then like he burned it. I know he burned it, but like now he wants it back. But all he gets now is just Family Guy T-shirts.
Family Guy funny moments T-shirts.
No. The only thing that Twibs can ever get, like he can't. Whenever he tries to order it from Amazon, the T-shirt he gets is this.
Oh my god.
That's the T-shirt right there that he's gonna get if he tries to order it on Amazon or really anywhere. And then he's like, "Oh boy, my schoolgirl." He gets it from like an anime convention. He puts it on, and then it just magically turns into the cool story, babe. Now make me a sandwich.
Oh my god.
And then it's just like, and like when he gets to his house, it's just like piles on piles of like the same T-shirt. It's a magnum opus. It's a bold stylistic choice.
Yes.
Oh boy. It's like we got all the boys, we got all the Twitcast boys, we got all the memes. I mean, the memes are pretty much obvious of like what their endings are.
Yeah.
I mean, we got like Mr. Dink. It's like pretty obvious.
Yeah.
He wants the Douglas ran away from him. Excuse me, Carthon VHS. Can I get Douglas back? And instead he gets Patty Mayonnaise and Skeeter.
Oof.
And he's like, "You're not Douglas? I want my Douglas back." And he starts crying. He's like, who's gonna be the one to take their shirt off and drink my wine bottle?" And then like for like okay, we got okay, so we got any memes? I'm trying to remember any good memes from like Twitcast.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Carl Excatori.
Carl
Carl
Weezer is
Excatori.
trying to get his anime wife.
He's like, no, Carl, and he's like, "Jimmy, I don't like your mother anymore. I like Katori from Love Live."
Carl Weezer becomes a weeb.
This is like, I gotta get Katori to Retroville. He tries to find cars on VHS, but instead of getting Katori, he gets Umi pissing, and then it's just Carl Weezer doing his signature Carl Weezer screaming. He just screams.
I'm dying.
And for Katori, it will be the same thing. Well, like it's like what is it? It's like I want Carl Weezer to come to Japan. But instead of getting Carl Weezer, he gets Hugh Neutron sitting on a banana when he was 7 years old.
I'm dying.
And then like Katori's like, "At least I got someone from Retroville. I bet he knows about him." And he's like, "Hey, child, do you know who's Carl Weezer?" And he's like, "Oh, that's one of Jimmy's friends." And then like it's like, "Oh man, how was I supposed to find him now? Where's?" And then Katori's like, "Hey, where's Umi?" And then it's just like it's like they're like both Carl. It's like undying love, but it's like Romeo and Juliet, the modern version of it.
Oh my god.
God damn. Okay, we got like I guess we got like the school shooters, but then again, it's pretty much simple. Alien Launcher wants all women dead, including all the chats. I was like, that's his ending, and but his ending is just him, like but he wants that, but instead all the vanilla lattes from Starbucks aren't even a thing there,
Yeah,
and he's like,
he
no,
just erases vanilla lattes from existence.
from existence. Yeah, it would be great. And we got We got a lot of crazy badonkies. I mean, I guess Eric Harrison, Dylan Klebold would just be them wanting, revenge from their school. But instead, like, they want they want to like come back to life, I guess, because or like I mean, I don't know, freaking. I guess it would just be them wanting to take revenge again. But instead, what happens is that they're stuck in Isla Vista. It's like, this isn't Columbine. They're just in the middle of the road, and then freaking Elliot Roger runs over them by accident, Life of Brian style.
Oh my god.
And then for like Ember's ghost, for like Randy's stare, it will just be him saying, "I want to meet my ghost GF Ember McLean." But instead he
He
meets
gets the box ghost.
he gets the box ghost. Yeah, and he's like,
He
no.
has to spend eternity with the box ghost.
And the box ghost is like, hey, do you know how many box? Hey, you could just draw your your ghost girlfriend with a box. And he's like, it's not the same without her. And it would be like Ember McLean will be the same thing. He's like, I wish I was alive to meet Randy Stair. But in her ending, she gets freaking Butch Hartman saying, if you cause a massacre, that won't be Christian friendly.
That wouldn't be very Christian of you, now would it?
That wouldn't be very Christian of you, despite the fact like Butch Hartman said like what is like a Q&A like in Reddit where he says, "Oh yeah, she died from like a fire," and like some freaking nerd kid committed suicide, and I was like, man, it's almost like if it's almost like a Twitcast reference.
Yep.
Pretty much like you really Butch, you really gotta do this. I mean,
Really,
I mean,
you're gonna make a Twitcast reference before Twitcast is a thing and not credit us?
yeah, heck you, Butch Hardman. What's next? You gonna draw your testicles in the Fairly Odd Parents art style?
I remember in one of his fucking thumbnails, he used the fucking image of Timmy Turner
Oh yeah,
from that 9/11
the 9/11.
comic.
It's like I freaking that was like it's like did Butch even know what was the thing?
I think he had to. I've never seen that version of Timmy's face without the comic, without the rest of the comic.
Oh my god, freaking Butch Hartman, Butch, classic Butch. I remember when Butch said, "Oh, I don't like it when I put political stuff in my shows." It's really that isn't tasteful. And yet he put like Poof as Donald J. Trump.
You kidding me? I thought there was
Yeah,
just like one joke about Trump and it was like a squirrel for hair.
no, they made like I think there was like a scene where like Poof was like dressed up as Donald Trump.
You kidding? That you have to be
I'm,
kidding.
I'm not lying, man. Oh freaking! Oh my god! It's Labor Day weekend. You know what that means? You know what that means, Zach?
What does it mean?
The freaking Whippin' Nay Nay Nickelodeon commercial.
Oh god damn it.
He's like, now watch me flip. It was
D-Say,
like
we need a return of D-Say Dab.
a 10 of freaking Motu Palu. Loaded croissant. Loaded croissant likes goddamn Motu Palu. And anyone out there who's still listening to two boys talking about school shooters and gay cowboys,
He's
Loaded croissant is an epic artist, or as he says, he's a decent artist. That's what he says. He makes epic drawings. He's pretty epic. He likes Marie from Splatoon a lot. He really likes Motu Palu. That's one thing I will tell you. Carl Weezer and Motu Palu. That's like the two things. That's like the two things he combines. It's like Motu Palu is like the yin and the yang, basically.
yes.
Motu. I still remember the one was like was like the Motu Palu English dub, but it's just like Motu is trying to rape Palu up the ass.
The fuck? You're gonna have to
I
send
said,
me that
I
at some
remember
point.
I sent that video once when we were looking at a Discord chat, and I put that on, and you guys were like, "What the heck is this? Where did you put this? We're skipping this. We're gonna put like another song."
I don't remember that, and I'm sorry because that sounds glorious right now.
No, it's like all the characters from like the show trying to rape Palu.
God.
I'm hoping they still have it. Yes. Hold on. I have it right here. I just found it.
Oh boy.
He actually does a really good impression of like the characters. This is like, I mean, this is Pansy Ava Evangelion.
Oh my
Imagine that.
god. Uh, excuse me.
Are you actually listening to it right now?
No, I'm not yet.
Freaking the thing itself is like he does a good impression of like the characters. It's really great. It's really beautiful. It's really fantastic.
I'll put a link to the video in the description.
For anyone who's interested in like shitty dubs. I still remember the one that I sent you of like Rocco's Modern Life where it's like foreskin of the future. I remember you were like, this isn't funny. Why do you like this?
And now it's like the funniest shit.
It's like once I stop being like an asshole, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's like the most funny. It's so funny. It makes me chuckle. Freaking actually, okay. Oh yeah, the freaking Mega Man cartoon, like Cartoon Network.
Oh man, that one looks so bad.
I think there's like I remember like I sent you a picture where there was a what is it? There was a scene where there was like they're in a art
Yeah,
museum where they have the freaking Guts Man ass and like Iris.
the fucking Irish death scene with Zero.
It just makes it funny.
I think the best
It really
part is
makes it.
like that wouldn't happen for like thousands of years.
I guess it's from the. I guess like Zero was like he just goes to the future.
Oh my god, it's like that episode of the Ruby Spears
Oh
Mega
yeah, it's
Man.
like yo, the freaking Mega Man X looks goddamn disgusting. And then there was like they misspelled Sigma too.
Wait, they did?
Yeah,
My fucking god.
I think they made it like I think it was like I think they replaced the I with an E. I think so.
Sigma.
Basically, that was what they put.
Though I will say, I
I
do
still
like how Vile looked.
yeah, Vile is a really cool dude.
I'm glad that there was at least one game where you could play as him.
Yeah. One dumb thing that I keep thinking about is the freaking Dover Boys. Some like old like Merry Melodies cartoon.
It
It's like
sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
it was like a meme like a couple of years ago. It had like a green guy named Dan Backslide as like top tier memes.
Hmm.
It's like confound those Dover Boys.
I can
Like
see why
Dover
it became
Boys.
a meme.
No, no, no. The freaking no. No, makes it better is that they said No, in one of the lines of like the cartoon, it said, Dan Backslide says roundabout,
Ooh.
and then people were like, "Oh my god, it's a JoJo reference."
Epic JoJo references.
I can't believe they referenced JoJo in 1942. No, no, no. It has like a lot of funny gags. I really like it. It's really stupid and funny. And then it's like, I hate Tom, I hate Dick, and I hate Larry. They drive me to drink. And it was like a couple of like sex stuff, like him drinking alcohol, like taking a bunch of shots, and the only thing he does is one hiccup. The man is strong.
Damn. Top
Imagine being that strong that you freaking drink so much because of two buff, two Dover boys,
top
three
10
Dover boys.
top 10 most powerful anime characters.
Freaking, I know that you know those like ones who are like reanimated, like he's like Family Guy but reanimated.
Oh yeah, those.
They made like a new one. They made, like someone like they made like a Dover boys one like this year. It came like a few days ago.
Really? I'll have to check
Yeah,
it
it was
out.
it's really funny. They made an Evangelion reference around the beginning, and I love it.
Oh, I think my favorite reanimated one was Kirby reanimated.
The one where like the Kirby Ray Bakusha one,
Yeah,
Kirby. Are they did it like upload it already, or like are they still making it? Like the person's still editing it?
I think they're still editing it, but I've seen like the clips from pretty much all the artists so far,
Oh yeah,
and like
I just want one. I just want one just to be like like Twitcast reanimated, where like instead of like getting like people reanimating like the clips, it's just them trying to come up with like people just artists trying to come up with like ways to like, oh, how am I supposed to make this scene? How am I supposed to make this clip?
I guess it would be Twitcast animated at that point.
Twitcast animated. It would be like Game Grumps or Oni plays where like people just animate it.
Hell yeah.
Like the best of Twitcast.
Oh, it could be like that fucking that one where they've made an entire episode of Game Grumps animated though.
Oh yeah, and it's like Braxy, and like you draw like half of it.
I would
You're like,
I probably wouldn't even draw. I'd probably just use Fire Emblem Heroes sprites because I'm a lazy fuck.
no, it would be like a cutaway gag. Like you just it would be like remember no, if it was like the anniversary of Twitcast because it's in November.
Oh
Like
fuck. It is almost the anniversary.
we should do is just be like it'd be like a like one of those like cutaway gags, like a family cutaway gag, or like one of those like episodes like where they remember stuff hey Zach, remember that one time we caused the third impact in episode 5?
Honestly, at this point, the episode 5 was the third impact.
At this point, freaking this this in episode 5 is canonically basically just like in the future, or just be like psych, it's non-canon to the Twitcast multiverse.
I think the only one that isn't canon is the April Fool's Day episode 7.
No, that's the alternate universe where we all died,
we
and the only one who's there is just like your friend who's just watching the entire video.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him for doing that, but thanks for the view, I guess.
It would be funny if your freaking friend, if you were like, we got no one else. I guess you just tell your friend, hey dude, do you want to be on Twitcast?
And he'd be like ecstatic.
Does he? Why does he like? Does like? Is it like him? Is what does Soul Chicker even know what Twitcast is? I want to know that.
I've mentioned it to him before.
He's like, is that the podcast with Tronotoe and your buddies? And he's like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know if you watch like an entire episode of one, and he's just like, "What is this, Zach?" freaking, I just love it. My friends, I think like the only people who know what Twitcast is Nukehead, like in real life, like Nukehead and my friend Bravo. That's all. I don't tell none of my friends because I know they're gonna freaking like they're gonna talk about it like everywhere, and then I will be in trouble if I know I say like offensive stuff here.
Ugh,
I mean, like Nukehead's the only one who like never talks about it at all.
really?
Yeah, he never talks. He did, like I know he just talk. I know like he used to watch Twitcast, but I don't know what he does now. I mean, besides doing his Elliot Roger manifesto thingy. Mhm. It would be like a freaking. It would be like an. I mean, like oh frick, we forgot about Gary Bobby for the fighting game.
Oh
Heck,
fuck! What is story mode?
freaking. What do you think, Zach? It would be the same thing as Elliot Roger, but he just wants as he quotes, a yandere GF, because he said that once. He wanted a yandere GF. He wanted like that one girl with the
Wow.
fangs from like My Hero Academia. He says he loves her a lot.
Ew, gross, bad waifu choice.
But then what he gets instead is just us making fun of him for like is like the roast of Gary Bobby. Like he teleports to like he's just I don't know, he like knocks out. And then he comes back. He's like, "Is this my? Is this where? This is like the party where I get married to my yandere GF?" And then he looks at the banner. And it says the roast of Gary Bobby. And then it's just us roasting him for like hours on end, and it's just him getting mad and he's saying, "Ugh, ugh." Doesn't like Gary Bobby still follow you on your Twitter account?
Nah, he unfollowed me.
Did he block you?
He didn't block me, no.
I think it's because he. I know he called Kate a cutie once.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I was like, oh no, this is no good. It's
This
like
is
Gary
not going
Bobby,
no.
you really Gary? Not even like Kate will stoop that low. That would be like crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go on incognito mode on my phone to check what Gary Bobby's up to. Do you want me to check his Twitter account and just see all the dumb posts?
Yeah.
And I just like read and like I just redub it. I always
Yeah.
had like an idea, if I had a YouTube channel or like editing skills, it would be like the SpongeBob song Tomfoolery, but it's like the back, but the video is just like tweets of like Gary Bobby, kind of like like Gary Bobby tweets, but the background music is Tomfoolery from SpongeBob.
I've been looking at it 3 tweets in and I'm already seeing him retweeting Undyne art.
Okay, oh yeah, so the greatest man or woman who ever lived. Oh, I know that black guy. He was the one who made an entire crusade where he the dude made an entire like Tumblr like a Tumblr Steven Universe thing
Mhm.
where he made all of the characters like blonde and white. And then like Tumblr was just freaking getting crazy, crying and getting mad. And then when he says, "Oh, I'm a trans woman," and then like everyone is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." Freaking Daya.
Fucking this pyra image.
Freaking wait! Don't tell me that Gary Bobby likes Pyro, because I will swear to God, I will beat his ass for liking a good character that I like.
No, he just put "Hey gamers" and it's a picture of it's a picture of
He
pyra.
likes like Daya. Pyra have my peep. I'm gonna freaking beat the living shit out of him.
Thought Game Extra Ass Edition with a picture of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition.
Oh no! Dark skinned female always into black people.
Oh, he's calling pyra a thought.
What a! I wish he could die.
Yeah. He's calling pyra a thought. Meanwhile, he likes that fucking blonde fucking cunt from My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, he was like, I want to eliminate you. I remember the one he was like, me, H, tronotoe, or either or Kate. Yeah, whoa, Ellie and Roger over here. What the oh yeah, I forgot he likes goth girls. He's the worst goth girl fanboy ever. That's what I'm gonna say. I love how he's trying to be funny, but
He
like
can't.
how infamous he is, it fails miserably. It
He's like
feels desperate.
he tries to be funny, but meanwhile he comes off as like the most creepy, annoying fucker in the universe.
I know that Nozomu was telling me once that he would like DM her like borderline child pornography. That's what she told me.
What the fuck?
I don't well, I don't freaking know. Like I don't know if like Nozomu was like exaggerating or not.
No, someone wouldn't exaggerate something like that. I don't think.
True. And I'm like, what the frick? And I'm just suspicious of the dude now. Yeah, I mean, the dude is like, what is it? He. I swear to God, I remember when like they announced like the Smash Direct. I know that he gets mad. I know that he would like. He's like, why don't you guys play a real fighting game?
Oh yeah. Fuck. That one was some funny shit.
Yeah, I was just laughing at him for 10 hours.
I mean, he's retweeting some good Yoshiko art from the Yoshiko bot.
But at the same time, it's Gary Bobby.
True.
It's like Gary. I feel like it's like whenever I see Gary Bobby, it's hard for me to be like, oh, oh. I mean, he's freaking. He's calling Diva her baby angel.
Oh
Um,
no.
like what a fucking cuck. I would never stoop that low. I love Diva. She's one of my favorite characters, and one of my favorite my best girl in Overwatch. But like for him to say that, it just really disturbs me. Oh, wait, freaking Momo-kun is like doing live streams in Snapchat or what? Or goddamn Instagram?
You serious?
At this point, Momo-kun stooped so low that she's just trying to pander to like cucks.
Yeah.
She's trying to pander to like good old Gary Bobby. He's like freaking Gary. I know Gary Bobby will stoop so low. Why does he always like get this like one cosplayer girl that he likes so much?
Hmm.
I remember the one time when it was like in Smoking's like Discord server, he sent like real porn like in the Nuts Over Work channel, and me and everyone there was just roasting him, and he was just getting so mad. Do you know why Gary Bobby hates me the
Why?
most and how it began? Because I told him that he got banned from his local aquarium from fucking the fishes because he thought it was Undyne from Undertale, and then he just suddenly just started hating me.
Oh, that's perfect.
It really is the best. It really is the best thing just to hear him get mad over something like that.
He is such a little bitch.
Okay, so on his curious cat, this is someone asked, if you met a magic genie, what would your three wishes be? And he's like, number one, to be 10 out of 10 and fit, meaning he's like 0 out of 10 and like diabetic.
Yeah.
Number two, to immune to any sickness. I mean, he has autism and like,
So
meaning
yeah,
he
that
would no wonder.
makes
And
sense.
all bills paid for life. Oh man,
Oh,
man, he's at this
so you could
point.
be a lazy bitch.
A lazy cuck.
Yep.
Uh, Gary Snotty. I still love that. I still love what new kid called him Gary Snotty. Damn, what's on Twitter? Cursed video was it? Cursed cursed commercials. I love him. He's great. Oh yeah, PAX. I forgot that PAX West is going on right now.
Oh yeah.
I know Rash or your boy Posley is going there.
The only person I know that's going there that I would actually want to go to meet is Rin Senpai.
I just want to be your boy Posley. He's there. You know him, right, Zach?
I don't really know Palsy, no.
Oh, so you know about him, right? Because I know you like his tweets and such.
I like a lot of tweets blindly. I don't know.
Ooh, someone made a Palutena drawing. If only I could drew girls, or really in
Ooh.
general women. For me, girls are like the most difficult to draw.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I have an easy time drawing any kind of humans, but like, I can't draw animals.
Me neither. I'm not a furry. I'm not your boy Palsy over here. I know. I call him a fur fact once, and he's like, "You get any evidence?" And I'm like, I give him evidence, and he's like, as if. I know he's with like Genu Senpai. I know he's friends with him.
Uh,
Freaking Geno Senpai, he's a pretty epic boy. Why is there Rage Comics on my timeline?
I don't know.
Ew, isn't that the show called New Game? It has like some girl with like ponytails showing her thighs off. Who put waifu just sent Smurfette porn?
The fuck?
I'm
Holy
really
shit. Whoa. Real fucking leak, guys. You ready for this real actual leak? Fucking
yeah, I'm definitely.
fucking Chef Boyardee is playable in Smash.
Oh my god! What's this? Does he have an Echo Fighter?
I don't know. I just seen a picture of him on the character select screen and it's blurry as shit.
I see the same thing too on my timeline.
I just retweeted it.
Oh, and it's for Cutie Saturday. I don't. I mean, like, I think the only person I know who could draw girls good is like Lona Curzon, your boy Palsy, and Tatenchi.
Yeah. I wish I could draw good like them.
I have to do my art assignment of like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike characters.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to see that.
I still haven't done. Still haven't finished Ryu. I'm like, I try to fix up his legs because like I messed up with like his proportions of his legs. He looked pretty much uncanny when I didn't like stretch his I stretched his right leg to be like freaking extended. I had to extend it more. It looked like it was like epic. Remember, one of my favorite things is the Spinge Binge. The Spinge Binge video was like the Spinge Binge, the reaction video. You know the one that I'm talking about, right, Zach?
I think so, yeah.
The one that was like, "Let's go, doo doo, nibbas."
Oh yeah, that one.
Me and my friends were watching that. Like, I put on my PS4. I searched up the video. We were watching, and when he said that, the entire my entire room just was freaking like bursting. It was just us laughing. My friends were just laughing at it, and then like we watched the what is it like? We watched Noah's food reviews. Like it's like some fat kid, some really fat kid, just eating like one of his first episodes was him eating Cool Whip.
Just like actual like Cool Whip with nothing else.
He's like, "Oh, we got Cool Whip," and like in the background you could see like freaking Gatorade, like an entire Gatorade jug in like the background.
Hmm.
And like when he opened up the Cool Whip and the Cool Whip, what do you think it was inside?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Oh my god.
He was like, "Oh, looks like it was almost finished. It looks like I was eating it before the recording." And then he just tried to scrape the sides, and he
Oh
just
my
ate it. My
god.
favorite one, and hands down, my favorite one of Noah's food reviews was him eating a granola bar. So he said, "Oh, everyone in the comments is telling me to eat more healthy stuff." And so what he does is that he got himself like a granola bar, like a Nature Valley granola bar. He took one bite and then he just wraps it back saying, "I'd rather eat a Snickers or a Hershey's or anything else than a granola bar."
Oh my fucking
He just took one
god.
bite of it and then he just said, "No, I'd rather eat a Snickers or a Kit Kat."
I'd rather die.
No, I just laugh. I just find it funny, just like some fat kid just eating a granola bar, and then it reminds me like the fat woman. They ate like the was like was it like a cabbage or like a Brussels sprout, and then she starts like coughing up, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just her crying. You know the one that I mean, right?
Yeah.
That one. That just reminds me of it. Is that you, Zach? Is that like when you eat a vegetable, you're just coughing?
No, because I can eat. As long as it's not like a green vegetable. Like I can eat potatoes
Freaking
and shit and carrots.
yeah. I forgot about Puppet Steve.
About what?
So there's this kids channel on YouTube called Puppet Steve, or like I guess is in the title. It's Puppet Steve. It's a puppet of Steve.
Like you mean Steve from fucking Minecraft?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was joking.
And what happened was that um there's this I know like it's like a kids channel. He got like a bunch of video games. He talks about like video games or like, oh, see, we got new toys like a video game character, ooh, or like Legos or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he did one with like South Park, and he says, "Oh, this is not for children. This is not like a children's entertainment thing, but it has toys in it, so that's cool." And there's like an over decorated voice is like, "Ha ha! Oh, look at this!" Like that overhyped one. Like the classic.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that one. And he was talking about Smash Ultimate, like the puppet knows about Smash Ultimate. He knows like all the characters, and he called the Pokemon trainer Ash Ketchum.
Oh my god.
And he was just talking about it. And do you know who's irate? Do you know who's a puppet? Do you know who's the person who's up to Puppet Steve?
Who?
The irate gamer.
Oh my fucking god.
That is legit. No, here's the thing. That is legit irate gamer. I think there was like an interview saying that he quit doing his irate gamer reviews just to do kids toy reviews.
It's because that's
And,
where all
and
the
Puppet
money
Steve,
is in YouTube right now.
he actually said that.
Shit.
Freaking, we went from irate game to a knockoff of AVGN to like some dude just screaming at top of his lungs talking about Smash Ultimate
As a puppet.
as a puppet Steve. I mean,
We as
I just find
we are doomed as society.
I love it. I just freaking love like I just one of my favorite things is just like those like angry like those like like character persona characters, like those characters who think they're like, I'm always angry. Oh, like the nostalgia critic or like
Yeah.
angry Joe. Like they're like the basic. That's like kind of like, oh, I mean, just because like the angry video game nerd, just because he did it good and had like comedy doesn't mean that everyone has to do it. Like I mean, look at the nostalgia critic. It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
you can look at the good.
I enjoy some nostalgia critic skits.
I know he made like a video about the Boss Baby.
I still have not watched that yet.
Me neither. I remember watching like his videos and thinking that was like the funniest thing ever. But now that reminds me of the fact that I met Doug Walker in a convention once.
No way.
This was like, hold on. I'm gonna check if I still have the picture. I'm hoping I do. Yes, I do have the picture.
Holy shit.
I met the Doug Walker. People,
God damn.
this was like before like the controversy happened with him and like the channel Awesome.
Mm.
And once they look at it, it has the freaking the picture of him with the gun and the explosions. Like you can get like an
Oh
autograph of
my
it.
fucking god. This is
It just
amazing.
makes me. It's like now, like if I ever be Doug Walker, I'm gonna freaking have I'm gonna have like a chain around me, like a little plate that says hashtag change the channel, and just tell Doug, hey, can I take a picture with you?
Ooh.
Oh, there's a picture going around with like feud girl things that makes me horny.
What?
So it's like small chest, short hair, big butt, hair covering eye, droopy eyes, tan skin, toned back, sharp teeth, big hips, simple faces, glasses, scar or injury, consent free space, thick eyebrow, long tongue, piercing, choker, midriff, alien, ghost, mop cut,
God damn, what the fuck
back
is this? Gary Bobby's
top,
fucking laundry list?
knee high locks, and painted nails. Oh, this was like a different one. Just like the last one was like consent. It isn't really Gary Bobby. I actually kind of like it. I could do it. I could do it right now. Flooded subway. At the first second there, I thought it was like an actual subway being flooded, but it's like a subway, not like the fast food restaurant.
Rip.
Danny DeVito in the house, in the hizzy house.
Hell yeah.
My favorite thing is the Fat Albert movie, like the live action one.
Didn't he die in that?
Yeah, in the end, he died.
Oh. I don't know how I fucking know that.
It was like he dies, and then freaking Bill Cosby is just standing there looking at his grave.
God damn.
That really makes me it makes me chuckle a lot because it's just your boy Bill Cosby looking at his dead son. And I think I made a joke saying, "Oh, little Bill in a Fat Albert crossover."
I mean, technically, because of Bill Cosby appearing in the Fat Albert movie, we did get a little Bill crossover.
No. Hey, the Bill Cosby cinematic universe.
Man, after everything happened with Bill Cosby, I was actually like, I didn't want to believe shit at first because I was so attached to like Little Bill because it was like my favorite show when I was a little kid. I
And
forgot
then
that
just me
shit.
laughing at Fat Albert. I watched like a couple of episodes of Fat Albert.
Mhm.
I took my time to watch it, Zach. One of my favorite things is just like what is it like him? There's an episode where like some kid is just showing them like porn. Like some kid is just showing like the gang like a bunch of
The
porn.
fuck?
And, and the kid Rudy, the kid with the cap, like
Mhm.
like the one with like the pink cat.
Yeah.
He left his porn magazine in his room, and his mom was like tidying it up. He finds the thing, and then when Rudy found out, but when Rudy found out, like, wait, I don't have my magazine, and he's just screaming. He's like, oh no, what am I supposed to do? And Fat Albert and like the gang were like, oh, we're gonna talk about smut to your mother. No, 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 like no. I actually they confronted her. Like he's like Rudy, why is this? And then like
Oh
in the final word, they
no.
talk about we get it. It's inappropriate. That's smut. And basically, yeah, as I said, Fat Albert in the game saying, hey, we're gonna talk to your mother about smut.
That's
Basically,
beautiful.
and then at the end, they just freaking. I don't know, but I think they just stopped being friends with the kid who just kept sending them porn.
Really?
Yeah, and there was another episode where Fat Albert goes to jail, or like he just like the Fat Albert and the Cosby kids like go to not like legitimately go to jail, but more like see how jail is.
Mm.
Basically, the episode was just like it was basically like they wanted money to go to the pool, but they didn't have like money to like go to the bus, and so they couldn't find a way to do money and such. But they just did like really stupid stuff. And then they asked like some random ass kid saying, "Hey, can we find your car?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I can use my dad's car." But instead, he just steals like a random car and just goes on a joyride.
Oh my god.
And then the kid kind of like frames like the Fat Albert and the gang. It's like, "Oh, they were the ones who did it." And then what happened was that he's like, "What were you hanging out with that man, that kid?" And they showed him and they take him to the jail to show them how it feels like. And then like legit like some kid some white guy's like, "I want the big one."
Oh my god. This is fucked up.
I love there's another episode with like some like retarded kid.
Really?
Yeah, it was like it was
Oh
like
wait, I think
going it
I've
was
seen the
like
clip from that. I think I've seen the clip from that.
it's like he's retarded and then Fat Albert's like
I love that fucking clip. It's the best.
And then he's just like, and freaking Fat Albert is just disgruntled at the fact that there's some retarded kid in his school. And I just laugh at the fact that she just tells her class, tells the teacher tells like everyone in the class that she has laryngitis and before the class starts.
What?
She said that.
Oh my fucking god.
I freaking Oni plays are like the masters of like talking about Fat Albert. There was an Easter episode of Fat Albert where Rudy was being an asshole to everyone, and then Fat Albert was like, "Everybody makes mistakes, Rudy," and Rudy's like, "Let's give your parents out of this."
Oh, fuck.
He just roasted Fat Albert right there, right now.
Albert got fucking destroyed.
Freaking Rudy is like Fat Albert is like made in the '70s, like in like the early '80s. So I'd say like Rudy was like the early was like '70s rice scum right there.
Pretty much.
I know they hang out like in a There's like a Christmas episode where like a lady was gonna get pregnant and the car broke, and then Rudy was like, "We can't have a girl in here," and then freaking Fat Albert takes him outside and starts shaking him around.
Oh my
It's like,
fucking god.
and it's just like shaking him, saying, "We're gonna bring this. She's gonna get pregnant. We need to help her." It's just like him shaking him around. Fat Albert is like so people say it's like, oh, it's so nostalgic. It's such a great movie. It's such a great show. And for me, it's like it's freaking so
It's
bad. It's
meme
good.
meme central.
Yes. And like, was a Little Bill? I used to watch a Little Bill
God.
when I was like, young.
That was like one of the few things that I watched like every day.
He's like Little Bill. I remember there was like an episode of like Little Bill where he goes to the supermarket.
Excuse me.
It's like Little Bill going to like the supermarket and such.
Yep. I used to have like a plushie of Little Bill, but like the head, hands, and feet were like hard plastic, and it was like,
Oh, I know that one. I saw a picture of it on Twitter once.
yeah, I used to have one of those, and it was like It was like my size for like a bit. Then I started to grow up, and it fucking. Oh man.
And you're like, who's little now, little Bill? And you just freaking kick him.
Nah, I was not able to like do anything like that. What the fuck?
You were like, then and then you say like little Bill, like your little Bill plush staring in the eye. He's just like, you see a teardrop. You're like, oh no, I couldn't do that to you, bro.
Yeah. I don't have it anymore, sadly. I don't know what happened to it though.
I think there was an episode of like Little Bill where like some new kid came to his school, and I think he was like, let's call each other names, and I think he called Little Bill a duty head or a poo poo
Oh
face.
my god.
He calls him out for I just love like I just like Fat Albert for how bad it is, while
Whoa,
like Little Bill is like,
we've got a new challenger. Oh,
oh no.
You're gay.
oh.
When I said we got a new challenger, I was expecting Colonel.
I didn't actually see who it was until
I burnt my legs when making some eggs, and it hurts like hell.
Oof.
Hey, Kate, what are you doing? Are you eating cabbages?
I just ate some onion wings and eggs.
So you're eating cabbages then?
Hey, don't make me do what I normally do when someone talks like that. Don't make me read a page of 1984 to you.
No, we're going to read. We're going to read.
Oh, that's it. Do you know what my favorite thing about 1984 is? The first page has the word cabbage in it. This is a literary classic. It's just cabbage, page 1. Where was it? The whole way smelled of boiled cabbage. That's page 1 of 1984.
Twibs is like online.
Don't worry, I can get his attention. You're gay. You are gay, lol. Tronotoe said you're fat. And so he wants you to join VC. I don't know why. Because maybe he be tripping.
He be tripping.
I've never used the word he be tripping. To be honest, I took it from your name Nintendo for Smash Ultimate because Brawl's tripping.
Uh-oh. Oh yes. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about like what characters we want the most in Smash Ultimate. We were talking about Smash Ultimate.
Oh, I know. I want the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, definitely. I want.
His ability is it just hurts to play as him. My dog is staring at my TV on the floor.
You have to put a shock collar on every time he plays the Virtual Boy, and it has to like just constantly be.
Oh no! Just make the screen very red and black. It will just hurt already.
It will be Gary Bobby.
What would his final smash be? Just the game crashes. No, you unplug the battery from your controller.
And he died.
Therefore, you just can't move. My dog is staring at me.
So Zach, what character you want in Smash Ultimate?
I want the Nintendo Lavo man as a character.
Why not? Why not N64 Mario Far Away Distance? You ever seen Mario Far Away Distance in Mario 64?
I have.
Yes, I've seen
I
it.
love Low Poly Mario.
Oh, Poly Mario.
Imagine a low quality, what's it called?
I
soundtrack.
want like Rex and Pyra to be in Smash. I think
No, we need Zeke. Not Nia, because she literally gave someone cancer.
Oh yeah.
That one thing! She literally gave them cancer!
Oh yeah, she did. The Zekanator. Oh heck yeah.
Zeke is the best character.
Yeah, he
My
is.
dog is just down at me. What do you want?
Jesus.
She's just staring at me. She's older than. I think she's older than both of you.
Okay, calm down, calm down. Take a deep breath.
That's gay.
You're gay.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Yeah, because you're happy all the time.
I just see Nia on Twitter. That's. Are you be tripping?
I'm at the aquarium.
Oh,
That's
Really?
gay. Fish are gay. You know, actually, go dab on them. Fight a shark.
No, like I can't make the podcast. Sorry.
oh, okay.
Okay, tell whoever
You're
you're with
already
that
on
you are gay.
You're already
Tell
on
them
it.
that they're gay and call them cabbage.
Twibs, you're already on it.
Wait, are you fucking recording?
Yes! We've been recording this entire time!
Yeah.
No, fire DM'd you saying what's going on. You didn't answer me though.
Hi, Twitcast. I'm a temporary guest for like 5 seconds. I'm going to Dragon Hunt by.
Okay.
Oh, he's-
That's pretty bodacious. So I don't have college to September 12th.
I think it's September 11th.
I actually have Tuesdays off, so therefore I have to go in there on the Wednesday.
Oh. That moment when Zach finds out it's Christmas in July.
Dabo.
What? I was
That
I was playing N64 Mario, and then I just broke the game by doing nothing. Basically, I have no idea what to talk about. So I'm saying the first things that come into my mind.
Oh, so cabbages and riots.
You have probably said cabbages more times during this than me.
Um, bro, you said the word cabbages more than your existence.
What does that even mean?
I predicted the past. That's what.
Go Battles is better than Twitcast.
No, that's a lie.
Oof.
You don't have to combush. We're both cannon each other somehow.
Well, we have Elliot Roger, though, homie.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
2.
You too, poop.
You know, you're gonna get it, Tronotoe.
What would they get?
Oh.
It just fucking worked.
Don't worry, Zach. She keeps doing.
Hey, you haven't seen I think it's music requests. You just go in there, you see a big list of that on loop. It's played thousands of times in the server.
Oh my god, Zach, what do you think about Johnny, yes, Papa?
Fucking, I
You-
don't want that to be a thing anymore. Can we please move past it?
Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, it, Papa. Telling lies, no, Papa. Open your mouth, ha ha ha.
No, it's like Johnny, yes, Papa. Watching Twitcast, no,
No,
Papa.
Papa. That's a sin. Kill
No,
yourself.
Papa. Open your browser history, ha ha ha.
Pornography. Nah.
Twitcast pornography. Now that's interesting.
If you post Tronotoe pornography, you're getting arrested for TP.
Zach, do it.
No.
What? Entire only like technically adult here.
Oh yeah, Kate is like 1 year old.
Yeah, I'm 1. My dog is 17. Oh shit, it's Twibs. Pretty
Screw
gay
it.
though.
Hey.
I'm just gonna walk to like I don't know. I'm in the middle of Atlanta walking, so I'm just gonna do the podcast while I walk in Atlanta.
Nice.
That's pretty
Hey,
gay.
So Twibs, tell me that you met Undyne from Undertale in the aquarium with Gary Bobby.
I'll send a picture and after the podcast's done. I'm on a phone right now, so it's hard to talk.
Alright.
It's hard to talk while on the phone. Don't you know what a phone is for?
Kate,
Yeah!
Kate, why are you like this?
Who has autism?
Hey,
I'm reporting you Tronotoe on Twitter again. We're all unfollow Tronotoe on Twitter.
Yeah.
I can hear children. Please leave. I do not want children to be involved with this.
How's this? Is this better?
That's somehow better. That's much better.
Yeah.
that's
Just
to shit.
I I know. That's why I'm doing it in the middle of Atlanta, walking to the Hyatt.
Stop looking at me! My dog
Okay,
is out. If you want to go.
I mean, if we're talking about it, I'm literally looking at the American Cancer Society right now.
Oh, you're looking at yourself?
Yeah, should I go there? I mean, I do, this entire thing is cancer.
I have a dog with me now, so I'm living right now. You're dying.
This isn't even a podcast. This is just a random chat with several friends.
Pretty much.
I need to put quotation marks on that, friends.
Okay, idiots who just talk together.
I'll have you know, I'm getting an extended promo right now.
It's okay. Have you cut your pee off?
Yes, I have. I cut it off with a pair of scissors. They were rusty.
Kate has her skin.
I'm dead inside.
Got it.
But yeah, if you hear people in the background, ignore that. It's just random people.
We can't. Just leave.
No, you're gonna have to deal with... Okay, just name this episode Twitcast. It's featuring the entirety of Atlanta.
Wait, not the entirety of Atlanta, because they're not close enough! I can't... How about... I'm gonna pour some chili powder on my dog. Should I?
No!
Cheers.
I can't even hear you, Tronotoe.
Is that the boss baby?
I'm
Shit,
glad
what's the boss baby? Trips, tell the boss baby, he's gay.
I'm glad I have headphones.
What?
This isn't even... This episode's gonna be a lost episode. We're never gonna upload it.
This is a Christmas special. Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's not
It's August.
Christmas yet. No, it's September. It's September 1st.
Hey, I'll have
Alright.
you know, the Ghoul Battles Christmas special is happening in September 38th.
It is pre-Halloween.
Halloween is... Wake me up when September ends.
I'll have you know that Christmas is on September 38th.
If you're thinking about it, it's actually September 90-something. No, September 120.
Exactly.
September 130. Or I can't remember. September
Hey,
1...
Toronto, I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, what is it?
You got an A.
And then what?
Your medical rest cards. It stands for A.
Yay! I love it.
So, let's think of a topic. So those cool Japanese animes, right?
My favorite anime is SpongeBob.
Man, I really like Amazing World of Gumball. That's my favorite anime.
Ah, now Jimmy Neutron Doe. Croissant?
Yeah. I can't believe Carl killed Jimmy in the last episode.
I can't believe there was violence in movies and sex on TV.
Remember the episode of Family Guy where Brian gets run over and 1 week plays in the background?
No!
At my feet.
Well, that time I went.
Okay.
My dog is actually.
Is this a good like?
My dog is just staring at me.
This is Twib's. Yes. Hey Dad, anything for the podcast? Say something gay.
You're gay.
Hello.
Sexuality.
I can't show my penis. I can't show my penis in a college degree.
I see a guy with a keyblade and some guy vaping.
My dog is mad at me.
Okay, that's epic, Kate.
It's epic. I put it on TV.
Cool.
Let's go on Twitter. Oh, there's gay pornography. Just what I wanted.
Cool.
My dog is just down at me, confused.
Your dog is always confused. Oh,
My
very
dog is
windy.
older than you.
Kate is Kate is letting her on the wall and let her dog lick it.
It is very windy.
Oof.
I can't understand
Oh
anything.
my god. Okay, that when I look up Sagat, I'm trying to look up Sagat, like Sagat from like Street Fighter, in like on like what is it? Twitter. All I get is some gay guy.
Oh, is it you? Hey, Hey, John,
I
I'm
will.
going to unfollow you on Twitter.
This still isn't a podcast.
Yeah, this is still a podcast.
Yeah. I'm
But
sorry.
Google Battles is better.
But does Ghoul Battles have violence in movies?
It
And
has
sex on TV.
it has like five adults playing in the park.
The freaking gay
Can't
guy.
beat that.
Ow.
Are you playing the harmonica? I have a dock whistle somewhere.
I'm gonna leave the call because this is a.
Okay.
Alright, bye, sweetie. Enjoy your dinner.
My legs.
You gay Kate.
Oof. You could live.
I think
through
Trips is giving birth. F and chat.
Don't you just love it when Kate finds out that she is a he?
I'm gonna fucking beat you off in real life, Tronotoe.
You're gonna beat me off?
I fucking hate you so much.
Love you too, Kate.
I'm gonna report Zach's account for
Why?
cabbages.
That's illegal, Zach. You know that.
I am the Duchess of Cabbages. No cabbages allowed with mine! My neighbours must hate me. It's 9:39 p.m.
Zach, oh my god, I can't believe it. They make Cousin Skeeter a real thing.
Oh
Really?
shit. Toronto's a paedophile.
I wish.
I hate Jews. That's canon now.
I mean, we already know that because you're not into circumcision or something.
You do not talk about controversial things on Twitcast.
Yeah, we do.
That's all we do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I just don't talk about shit.
Hey Zach,
In
what do
public.
you call? Hey Zach, what do you call a? What do you call a pregnant girl who runs away from her family?
Asuka.
No, a redneck virgin.
Yo, redneck virgin.
Oh, Asuka from Evangelion, she's disgusting. I don't
So
like.
so Sinjin Gets Grounded is the best anime ever.
Yeah.
You ever watched Sinjin Gets Grounded?
Yeah, I saw that.
No, have you ever watched it?
Yes.
Do you want me to tell you? I doubt Zach have seen it. Do you want to hear about the differences between Sinjin Gets Grounded and Evangelion?
Sure, what are they?
Okay. The Human Instrumentary Project is replaced with the Human Grounding Project. That's just a fuck it. That's really it. I don't get. I've never watched Evangelion, but I've watched Sinjin Gets Grounded. Sorry, but I'm not a big gay like you. Apparently, the budget for Sinjin Gets Grounded is 40 million USD. It was distributed from Sony Pictures. The Wikipedia is fucking gay, and there's big controversies, mainly about don't fucking make a grounded video out of Sinjin. I don't have pronounce the name either.
Shinji. So like, yeah, Rei is better than Asuka. That's like a fact.
But Sinjin Gets
I
Grounded is
like
the best
Asuka
anime
better.
ever. Do you guys want to watch Sinjin
The
Gets
red-haired
Grounded?
singer, like Maki, Zach.
I just like
Maki.
redheads.
Oh, you like redheads? I have a picture of Maki with rather the hair.
I
You
know.
ever seen
I've
that?
seen it. Yeah, you sent it to me while we were talking on Twitter once.
I looked for that picture.
You put that picture in one of them because
when you're scrolling.
mood.
When people say don't swear on Twitter.
Cars on the PSP.
My room has 4 consoles in it and it's really warm. Like they never shut off truly. They just like go into standby and put off passive heat. So it's really warm. I don't
I
like
love
it.
how I have Totino's pizza rolls, and the first thing I think of is the tweet of like Nozomu talking about how she saw Christina eating Totino's pizza rolls naked.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's something that Nozomu said once on Twitter.
The only thing I know that she said in Twitter is that one thing that shouldn't be said.
Oh, I know.
Is it
Hey,
the
Nozomu.
woo?
No, this isn't the Tenchi Ruby podcast, Zach.
We should get the Tenchi on for one of these.
She was supposed to come, but she was busy.
So it's
She
take Tronotoe, but you're banned. No under 15s allowed on here.
What?
Detention's also not allowed. My dog's allowed though. She's 17.
No,
She often
she-
might be dead. Every
she's
time
seven-
she screams,
she-
it makes me think she's dead. It's quite worrying right now.
Hey,
Hey,
where's your is that the Chinese dog festival, Kate?
it's my weary old doggo.
Oh, so your Chinese dog festival dog.
My doggo's better than your doggo.
You mean Chinese dog festival dog?
Toronto, I think you're actually stupid.
I know, yeah, but what are you?
Oh shit, he hit you with the
I am
barrel.
Mackie with rather hair.
What are you, Kate? What are you? Autism?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night.
No, we're
I
just
can
here
feel
for
my
another
legs.
episode of Twitcast.
Even my fingers.
Even my
Oh my
epic-
God, you still feel them, don't you? Don't you? My dog is out down at me again. At least I know she's not dead. So, Toronto be gay, we tweet.
That's you, Kate, with your friend that you call Mum.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. Iced coffee, just add coffee. Just fucking ice.
I keep seeing on my advertisements of like, what is it like? God, not like Jack in the Box and like, what is it like? Carl's Jr. selling like Fruit Loop donuts.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I use ad blocker.
And like what I get is just like gifts of them having like Fruit Loop donuts and Carl's Jr. And there's no Carl's Jr. around here, so I can't get those donuts.
That's gay. When you
Yeah,
get blocked
Kate,
by
that's what you
someone, yeet. My dog is just on my bed. She's oh, she's about to say something. What's it, gal? Toronto, it's gay. Season 2.
Wow,
Remember,
it's so
hey,
deep.
Toronto. Remember, Toronto is a kick. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I remember your granny tranny. I remember that
You
class.
don't remember Toronto is a kick. I got my dog to say something. I said that, and I just screamed at her, saying, "What's that mean?"
Kate is gay.
You go, gal.
I think this
She's a
episode
bad
has been
girl.
derailed long
Fuck you,
enough.
Toronto. She's a very good gal.
She's a terrible girl.
There's been 5 people on this podcast. My dog, me, Nikaz, Tribs, and that's it.
Yeah, guys, I'm Twibs. Hey, guys, you want me to talk about how I can do a lolly voice?
You attempt it, Tronotoe.
Rise
Hey,
up,
hey, hey.
brothers!
Tronotoe.
This, I guess this podcast has been derailed long enough, so I'm gonna quick do the outro. Thank you all so much for watching.
No, no, no.